For the health and welfare of our patrons, we have stationed 2 EMTs under the scoreboard in case anyone needs medical assistance. If there is a medical emergency, please contact the nearest Spring Branch ISD police officer so that we can provide assistance as soon as possible. Thank you. And now if everyone will please rise and gentlemen remove your hats. Our colors are being presented tonight by the SBISD Naval Junior ROTC. Left Rifle, Cadet Ensign Bryant Gomez. Texas Flag, Cadet Lieutenant Alexander Guzman. American Flag, Cadet Senior Chief Brisa Leon. Right Rifle, Cadet Petty Officer First Class Isaac Guzman.
All right, welcome to Darrell Tully Stadium. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem by the Northbrook High School Marching Band. And it is a very blustery afternoon here. The game was moved up from a 7 o'clock kickoff up to a 4 o'clock kickoff because of the impending bad weather that should be rolling into town this evening. So I think a very smart move there by the athletic administration here in Spring Branch ISD.
As we show you the flags here, James Kowalski, Kyle Harris here at Darrell Tully Stadium for a great game over here at the Spring Branch ISD District. I'm looking forward to this one, Coach, but as you can see on your screen here, the weather is the big question mark today out here in the city of Houston.
Yeah, stiff wind coming out of the south. So, looking at your screen, the left side of your screen will be the kind of the north end zone, and very warm, muggy, humid afternoon, but becoming very windy. So I think cramps could become an issue, honestly, maybe later in this game. Even though we are into November, it's a very warm afternoon. Most people here in shorts and t-shirts out there, but it is getting windy. Captains coming out for the Raiders, number 22, Angel Reyes, number 77, Charlie Beloso, and number 2, Dade Delva. For the Tigers, number 72, Matthew Emerson, number 79, Isaac Gutierrez, number 72, I believe, Matthew Emerson, and number 14, Isaac Villarreal.
Hard hitting game. You're going to keep the sportsmanship on your side good? On your side good, right? You talk to your people, you talk to your people. You don't talk to each other, all right? So, you are going to pick a side of this corner.
This is kind of different. Usually they don't keep the mic on as they do this whole portion.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing the whole rendition of it. Yeah, I love it. Let's listen in.
You won the toss. You got the ball, and you're going to kick to the clock. Yes, correction. You're going to receive. You're going to kick to the clock. All right, so turn around this way. You laughing at me now?
I think he doesn't know his mic's on.
As we see the head official here not knowing his mic's on. It's really fun to listen in, though, Coach. You know what I mean? Real quick, I wanted to address something that you said earlier. Number 22 for Northbrook, the Raiders. It's going to be Angel Reyes.
Oh, you pronounce it Angel?
It's
Okay.
Angel Reyes. I talked to his
Fair
younger
enough.
brother today, who's on the freshman team, and Angel Reyes is actually 4th in the district in tackles, coach, as a linebacker. So.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, it's one of those things where, just it's up to the family and student, I guess, to choose if they want to, use more of the Spanish pronunciation.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had a lot of players, their name could be pronounced George or Jorge, and so it's kind of their choice. And
you're absolutely right, and that's why and I didn't mean to cut you off there, Coach, but that's why it is hard for us as commentators to always understand the pronunciation of these things, and so I do try and talk, believe it or not, to the family members as best I can, and do my best, and try and stick to last names as best as possible, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing number 22, Angel Reyes, senior linebacker here for the Northbrook Raiders tonight, as we're about to see the Springwoods Tigers kick off.
All right. Looks like I think that's number 5. Or no, 51. Anderson Mancia off the kick. And then Northbrook's going to get the ball across the 30-yard line, so a good starting field position here for the Raiders.
Espinosa would return.
And I believe this is homecoming week, Kyle, so you can see some of the students coming in with their moms. And, so this is the big rivalry week. Like we've talked many a times leading up to this for the soccer game. They call it El Clasico. And I don't know if they do the same.
Oh, yeah, as we see the moms a little bit here in the stand for Northbrook. You're absolutely right, Coach. I was talking to players, and a lot of them as well, multifaceted athletes, play the soccer, and they were telling me, Coach, about the El Clasico.
Were they really? What did they say?
Sir. Yes, sir. They said it's a big rivalry out here in the Spring Branch ISD, so I'm looking forward to it. I think they said last year's game between these two teams possibly went to double overtime.
Went to double overtime.
As we see a flag early, first play of the game. We'll go to the head official and see what he says.
Ball start on the offense. Number 74, 5-yard penalty.
And so they said that they call the football game El Clasico as well?
They didn't say the football game was called El Clasico, but they were familiar with what we were talking about when it comes to the soccer team, Coach.
Yep.
So.
All right, here we go. So backing up 5 yards, Northbrook going to start with a 1st and 15. Inside handoff on the ISO play. Springwoods is there. So Springwoods coming out physical. And Kyle, we've been talking about Springwoods. We've seen them several times. To me, the strength of Springwoods is size up front. They really do have quite a few big bodies up there, both on the offensive and defensive line. So
yeah, as you can see on your screen, we got the offensive line here, Springwoods, on this next call. Go ahead and zoom out here real quick.
So now they're looking over to Coach Andres Gomez, the head coach, to get the play call. Going to run the stretch play, going to give it, and Springwoods is there again.
Great job by that Springwoods defense up front. Highlight there. See number 58 for Springwoods. That's Eris Aru, the junior linebacker, offensive lineman there. And really good job just by the Springwoods defense overall to hold the Northbrook Raiders here to a 3rd and long.
3rd down, 9 yards to go. Again, they're going to look to coach. And you can tell this game is moving at a slow pace. I'm predicting a low-scoring game just because I think a lot of times in these intense rivalries, the defense is playing so hard. There's just so much intensity. I think points are going to be relatively hard to come by. All right, sprint out. Looking deep, putting it up. Ball's underthrown and ripped back violently.
Yep. And we see that as you see the Springwood players asking for a flag there. No flag's going to be thrown, and it's going to be 4th down coming up.
Yeah, pass intent for NJ Swinney. That's Chevalier's favorite target. And on the coverage was Blaze Hoskins. Another guy that's going to be all over the field for the Tigers tonight. We just saw Adam Mealy walk by. He's the head baseball coach for the Northbrook Raiders. He actually was with me over at Aldine, so I know Coach Mealy well. He does a great job with the baseball program, so nice to be able to kind of give him a little wave, and he's also helping out as an assistant on the football team. All right, out to punt are the Raiders. Good snap. Punts away. High-hanging punt. It's going to come up short, though, and eventually down right at midfield. All right, 10:20 left to go here in the 1st quarter. We are still scoreless here on Vype Live.
The ball is downed at the 50-yard line. Isaac Villarreal with the carry. Josue Giron with the stop. A gain of 2 on the play.
Welcome
Makes it
back.
2nd down and 8. for the
Spring
Tigers.
Woods takes over. Great starting field position here, right at midfield. They get a pick up about 2 yards, and so far it's been pretty mirror images on both sides. Kyle, you know, a couple runs, just 2-3 yards. Nobody's got a lot of space to operate here so far early on in this game. Another inside handoff, trying to bounce it out. Northbrook converges, gain about 3 yards.
Isaac Villarreal.
Villarreal on the
Julian
carry.
Cruz with the stop.
See, checking back in, Montrez McAllister. We've seen him have some big games here at Tully Stadium, number 24. Looks like Northbrook playing a kind of a 3-4 look today. Springwood's taking a lot of time here. Down to 10 seconds on the play clock. They're just now breaking the huddle. Down to 5. We'll see if Coach takes a timeout. Nope, they're going to get it off 2 seconds ago. Inside handoff, McAllister cutting it back. He's got some space. Montrez McAllister lowers his shoulder across the 35-yard line.
Montrez McAllister with the carry.
Yeah, what a great run there by McAllister. Want to apologize for the audio difficulties earlier. I think we had the crowd mic a little over-modulated there, so apologies out here as we see the sun just start to boom out here at Darrell Tully Stadium. That came out of nowhere, Coach, but big first down there for the Springwood Tigers.
Yeah, you know, one big thing, I noticed this. Northbrook's star player, Markel Hanna, he's not suited out tonight, so that's a big difference for Northbrook that they don't have their big-time playmaker. And you can kind of see the offense in that quick 3 and out was pretty vanilla, you know, just a inside handoff, stretch play, you know. So I think that's going to be a problem for Northbrook to overcome. And so Spring Woods, they kind of have this old, steady, dependable offense behind that big offensive line, a big running back by McAllister. It's not going to necessarily be very, you know, pretty, I guess, so to speak, but it's just old school football, 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Coach. And the running backs have been led by number 14, Isaac Villarreal, the senior running back, as well as number 24, who we've been talking about, Montrez McAllister, the junior running back. So Springwood's into Northbrook territory right here.
Northbrook sent the blitz. I mean, they know it's going to be a run. They sent their safety on a blitz. So it's just one of those things where, ball came out.
And the head official right there, you see him on the screen. He's trying to call it dead. Sideline official there, but we'll see what the play is out here. But good run by McAllister there, Montrez McAllister.
Yeah, Angel Reyes ended up coming away with it. But yeah, like you said, that he was down. And I'm concerned right now if I'm Northbrook. I think that their coaches, you know, that they know the run is coming. They're sending blitzers in there, but the problem is Spring Woods is winning at the point of attack. Those big offensive linemen are winning that battle. So Northbrook desperately trying to find a way to get a stop here on this 3rd and short. Going to hand off McAllister. He's got the first down.
Great vision there by McAllister, and yeah, you're absolutely right, Coach. It looks like Coach Franklin Alfaro and Keith Cripps for Springwoods Tigers are just, you know, business as usual. Let's hand it off to the running back and see what he can do. Trust your offensive linemen and your guys up front for blocks, and, you know, now they're inside the 20. So
Coach Cripps has been doing this for a long time. When I was coaching at Ridgepoint, we used to play Springwoods. He was the head coach, and that was back in 2014. Handoff on the stretch. This time Northbrook's there. There's your guy. I think that's Angel Reyes.
Angel Reyes there,
there
number 22. You see his shoulder pads coming out of his jersey right there.
Both of them
see him
are.
on the screen.
Don't see that too often.
Yep, but talked to his younger brother in the. He was up here in the press area before the game, and you know his brother's really high on him, so he's 4th in the district in tackles, and that's big for Northbrook right now. So.
Absolutely, and I mean with the loss of Markel Hanna on the offensive side of the ball, Northbrook's defense is really going to have to come to play tonight to get this tough win.
Yeah, as you see, 22 Reyes kind of trying to show blitz there and kind of backs off.
Counterplay, going to pull the right guard and H-back around, and Northbrook's there.
Yep, good team. Way to. Yeah, and that was Eddie Charles actually on that run, not McAllister, but really good job by the Northbrook Raiders defensive, you know, and there to just corral the ball and take them down.
If I'm Northbrook, I am telling my guys play the run right here. 3rd down, 3 yards to go.
They've been running the ball this whole drive. I mean, might as well keep it going. You know, don't want to break something that doesn't need to be fixing.
That's right. If I'm Coach Cripps, I'm handing it off. They're going to look to coach now. He's going to send in the play. But they're changing the play.
And they're led by number 16, Travis Ainsworth, the junior quarterback here, who's done a good job here in this drive.
Inside handoff. Reyes meets the runner in the hole.
There's a lot of bodies there on the
Charles
floor.
with the carry.
Eddie Charles there looked like
Angel
he
Reyes
got
with
the
the stop.
first down. And, yeah, Reyes got that tackle, but just not enough for the sticks to not move. I think that's going to be a first down for the Springwoods Tigers.
And the thing with the Northbrook defense is, yes, they're giving up yardage, but they're not getting gashed.
No, they're not getting gashed. They're fighting up there, close to that red zone, and nothing's coming easy for Springwoods on this drive.
The problem was the bad starting field position. So if you're a Northbrook fan, you're going to hope that the defense can start in a little more favorable position. They're going to pull the left guard around. Really nice pull by the left guard. McAllister diving for the end zone. He's going to be just short.
And that was close.
That was a really nice pull there by that big left guard, Kyle, number 74, the sophomore, Anthony Luna.
With the stop.
A really good job there by Luna. The offensive lineman for Springwood, sophomore. Staying up there, also plays a little bit of D-line, and that's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Tigers.
Big touchdown there for Springwoods. See who's coming out of the pile. Looks like that's number 19 for the Tigers. Taking his helmet off, looking for some celebrations.
To attempt the extra point.
Really good job there. That's Nicholas Olivo, the junior there on that touchdown for Springwoods.
All right, Anderson Mencia in to attempt the extra point. Snap is down, kick is away, and it's good. 4:34 left to go here in the first quarter. The Springwoods Tigers jump out to a 7-0 lead over the Northbrook Raiders here on Vype Live. All right, so to me, a little bit of a surprising start here for Springwoods to jump out so physically dominant over Northbrook.
I got to agree with you there, Coach. We both kind of predicted Northbrook was going to come out and do something in this first quarter, and the Springwoods Tigers have absolutely proved us wrong tonight here at Darrell Tully Stadium. So big 7-0 lead for them, 4 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and let's see the kickoff.
Yeah, I was so high in Northbrook. They got that big win against Aldine. I just felt like in high hanging kick, and I'll kind of land in between a couple returners there. Going to be fielded. Brought down around. Oh, still alive.
Yeah.
Still fighting. Still fighting. Eventually brought down. That was number 21 for the Raiders, Caden Green.
Charles with the return.
Yeah, and they're saying it was Eddie Charles, but I think that was Caden Green for
Looking
Northbrook,
at the wrong roster.
the sophomore
Charles
defensive
plays
back.
for Springwoods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. But great job from Green. Just to keep fighting. They're not going down. Just trying to get as many extra yardage as he can for Northbrook, and they're sitting pretty at the 25-yard line. So, see what the Raiders have in store for us.
I think they got to open it up a little bit on offense. I think just handing off inside is going to be tough sledding against that big physical front for the Tigers. Chevalier talking to his O-line. 3-4 defense out of the Tigers and motion the fullback and delay a game. Yeah,
Flag on the play.
Northbrook's a little discombobulated right now. I think that this is such an intense emotional game for them, and to kind of have Springwoods just walk it right down the field, I think they're a little unsure of themselves right now, and that's evident in taking so long in their execution that they get a 25-second play clock violation.
So here we go, 1st and 15 for Northbrook,
Yeah,
and that's another false start for the Raiders. And yeah, just a little bit of miscommunication, just seem a little bit of out of sync today, Coach.
Very out of sorts, you're right. And I mean, sometimes this can happen, and it is homecoming week for the Raiders, and a lot of coaches will tell you sometimes homecoming, it's actually a distraction. The kids are thinking about so many other things, and you know, maybe you just lose a little bit of that mental focus. But they're going to say, okay, they're going to say that it was number 68, the big D tackle, Siosi Patton, that moved first and drew the offensive lineman off sides.
Yeah, so big break there if you're a Northbrook Raiders fan. We thought it was going to be a delay of game, and now it's back to 1st and 10 like nothing ever happened.
And run the counter play. Inside, a little bit of space. And there you go. Much better play. Wow, it's getting physical down here at the bottom of the screen. You see that, Kyle?
Yep.
As a number 11, that's NJ Swinney getting into a Blaze Hoskins.
I didn't have that on the camera, Coach. Sorry about that. I was close to the ball, but
oh, no worries.
Yeah,
no.
I got him on the camera now, and we see him jawing a little bit back and forth.
Well, they were on the ground together. they had tussled all the way to the ground. It's a rivalry game.
Yeah, I'll keep it wide.
Oh, no worries. But that's not the first time I've seen that. I saw another receiver in corner had the exact same thing happen when Spring Woods was on offense.
I lost audio.
There's the counter. Again, inside. Going to be close to the first down.
David Ordom with the carry. Matthew Emerson with the stop.
Emerson on the stop. That's the senior captain. Does a good job from his right defensive end position.
A gain of 1 on the play. Makes it 3rd down and 1 for the Raiders.
Big 3rd down here for the Raiders. Going to look to the sideline.
It's a big play for Northbrook right here.
It's really taking a lot of time again.
Yep.
I don't know. They seem a little tentative, I suppose. But they're going to motion the fullback cross, going to run the ISO play. It'll be good enough for a 1st down. Wow, another big block there.
David Ordom
Number
carry.
68.
Angel
Number
Venegas
68 for the Raiders. That's Kamon Davis getting a big pancake block.
Brings up 1st down and 10 for the Raiders.
You know what that tells me, Kyle, when I'm seeing so many pancakes all over the field?
Yeah.
You got guys that are firing off and playing as hard as they can until the whistle, and that's what you love to see in a rivalry game.
Absolutely, Coach. I 100% agree with you. You know how I feel about the offensive line, the work they do. So it starts with those guys up front with blocks and everything like that. We're talking about, high school football.
Blaze Hoskins gets the last laugh against NJ Swinney. He's letting him know about it.
Yep, we can see it here on your screen.
Aiden Chevelli's
and really big. You see Hoskins there just celebrating with this team. You love to see that if you're a Spring Woods fan.
Yeah.
No gain on the play.
Great reaction there by Hoskins to respond quickly to the quick screen, defeat the block, and make a big physical tackle there.
Yeah, no gain on the play for Spring Woods. It's going to be another 2nd and 10 coming up.
Hoskins and Swinney are both focal points of their team. They're both seniors, so they probably, I imagine they both have been on varsity since at least sophomore year. These guys have probably been going head-to-head for 3 years now at least. And so no love lost between these two fierce competitors. Going to hand it off inside. It's not getting a lot of movement, Kyle. I want to really give credit to that Spring Woods defensive line.
Hey, they came out ready to play. Spring Woods absolutely came ready to play today. And as you see the sun starting to come out here at Darrell Tilley Stadium in Houston, Texas, Astros have been doing really good out here in the city of Houston. They're up in the World Series 3-2 over the Philadelphia Phillies, who have a very good ball club over there. But it's been great as a Houston sports fan to see this run that the Astros are going on another great run in the World Series. So
last night was key for Verlander to get his first ever win in the World Series, which is crazy to say. As great of a career as he's had, and also the fact that, man, to win a close one there by 1 run, that was a huge for the Astros. So here we go, 5 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to set up the screen again to Swinney. It's covered up. Chevalli's going to have to tuck it and run. Good decision there, just to tuck it and get what he can get. He's going to gain a few yards. And so you're at the portion of the field. You could consider going for this, but I'm pretty sure that Coach Gomez is going to punt it.
Okay.
He already saw once what happened to his defense when he kind of made them start around midfield. So I think he's going to punt it. However, he's trying to. I think he's trying to see, will the play clock. There's less time on the play clock than the game clock, so I think he wanted to try to wait for the quarter to finish, so he wouldn't have to punt into the wind.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because, he would be having to punt into the wind right here.
Yeah.
18 seconds on the score clock over here, Darrell Tilley, and the game clock just got changed to 40 seconds. I think you're absolutely right, Coach. I think they're just going to wait out the quarter here, and we'll see what they can do on that 4th down when they flip field. And is it a timeout? Let's see what's going on here.
Saying Spring Woods took a timeout.
Yeah, I'm going over the Spring Woods sideline right now. We're going to see, and
Yeah, Springwoods took timeouts basically to
Smart.
force.
Yep, smart timeout there by Springwoods.
All right, we'll take the timeout with them. Our score, Springwoods 7, Northbrook 0 here on Vype Live. All right, we're back. Northbrook's set to punt. Springwoods has nobody deep. So you know what that tells me, Kyle?
What?
They're playing for a fake.
Playing for a fake. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. That's why they're not gonna sacrifice anyone to return this. And I think that could be a mistake.
Yeah.
Because if Northbrook gets a good roll here, they may be able to pin them deep with no one back to return it. Oh, it is a fake. And it's getting blown up in the backfield, but Green is still alive. Green is going to be brought down. Great tackle there by number 9 was the first guy there. He wasn't able to finish the tackle, but he stayed in position. Number 9 is Brandon Thornton.
Yeah, you can see Thornton on your screen right there. Really good job by Springwoods in the defensive. You know, not just the defense, but this was special teams, Coach, and the special teams came out ready to play for the Tigers side. We just saw number 21 for Northbrook. That was Caden Green trying to get out of that play on the kickoff and just couldn't find the first down there. But, you know, now we'll flip the field and see what's going on. But it looks like that's the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break with you here at Darrell Tully. You're listening to Darrell Tully ISD Spring Branch High School here on Vype Live.
All right, welcome back. And, you know, we were talking during the break, and everyone knows that I'm the biggest Andres Gomez fan. Excellent young head coach, but I don't like that call there. Reason is, again, you're putting your defense in a really tough situation. And Springwoods was all over. I pointed out they had nobody back. They were playing the fake.
They were playing the fake.
They were playing the
You're
fake.
right, Coach. I mean, you called it. We saw the fake, and now you got the Tigers in great position now on the Northbrook, 30-yard line. We'll see what Springwoods can do.
Going to hand it off inside. McAllister again. Actually, that's number 14, Isaac Villarreal.
Yep.
Isaac Villarreal.
And that's just the three-headed monster there, the Springwoods Tigers. We've been seeing them. It's Isaac Villarreal. You got Montrez McAllister, and then we've seen a little bit of number 21, Eddie Charles, this year. And Coach Cripps just has those running backs, three-headed monster and next man up. And I really like what Springwoods does with their specific running backs and what Coach Cripps has to offer.
And I guess, I just, as much as I love the O-line at Springwoods and the big back McAllister and Villarreal, they're going to pull the right guard around this time. Oh, he's got space. He could get into the end zone. Great block, number 73 with the huge pancake block.
Yeah, we got him on your screen right here.
Isaiah Dunbar. Isaiah Dunbar escorting Villarreal towards the end zone, but he's going to be run out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Oh, man, the big man.
Look at that. Great job by Dunbar. And you see Villarreal trying to wait for that handshake and finally got it from him. And really good play there by number 73 of Springwoods. That was Dunbar, right, Coach?
Absolutely. Isaiah Dunbar.
Yeah, the senior offensive and defensive lineman here.
Dunbar's actually playing right guard tonight. Villarreal, again, trying to get to the corner. He's going to be brought down by Caden Green.
Yeah, and they're going to the left side, Coach. Coach Cripps is just saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going to keep running Villarreal that left side until, Northbrook can stop us, and that's what I think he's thinking, Coach. I have no idea, though.
No, you're spot on, and it's. I guess I'm just surprised because Springwoods has not scored a single point in district play.
Wow.
They've been shut out every single district game, and now they are just cruising on offense, and so
they came ready to play.
Absolutely. Because Northbrook scored 7 against Cy Creek, 7 against Stratford, and 12 against Cy Ridge. So I mean, they've scored some points in district.
Now they're going to the right side.
McAllister.
Yep, Montrez McAllister. What a wow.
Montrez McAllister with the 4.
It's surprising, Coach, but it's also like great to see Springwoods actually scoring some touchdowns here now with a big 13-0 lead over the Northbrook Raiders.
I love it. I love it.
Definitely came shocked. I mean, I'm surprised, Coach. Sorry if I'm not like, oh wow, but it's. I didn't know that, Springwood's had this in them, just like you said, Coach. So.
No, I mean, their offensive line is controlling this game. Good snap, good hold, kick is away. And it is good. So with 10:36 left to go in the first half, your score, Springwood's 14, Northbrook 0 here on Vype Live. All right, welcome back. And yeah, it's a little bit shocking because, typically in this, El Clasico matchup between Northbrook and Spring Woods, it's typically very back and forth. Like last year, this game went to a double overtime decision that Spring Woods won. But this game, I wouldn't call it. I would say Spring Woods dominated from start to finish, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. Their O-line looks really impressive.
Yeah, and their offensive line we saw led by number 73 on the right side there, Isaiah Dunbar, as we just saw on that last drive from Spring Woods. You got number 74 sophomore Anthony Luna up there. So really good job by your offensive line up front for Spring Woods, and 14-0 here early in Northbrook, and I thought it was going to be back and forth too, Coach, but it's been dominated by the Spring Woods Tigers so far.
All right, Mancia set to kick it away. High hanging kick. Oh, that's going to go to Spring Woods. I think they got it. I think Spring Woods might have jumped on that.
We'll see the official call here.
And that's kind of the advantage of kicking into the wind there. The ball just hung up in the air. Kicking it directly into that stiff wind.
They're trying to get out of the pile there, and players are trying to move, but we don't know. We haven't seen an official call yet from the head official. And there it goes. He's going to say it's Spring Woods ball.
You know what, Kyle? We've broadcast a lot of Spring Woods games, and they haven't had a lot to celebrate. And I just love, you see the eruption on the sideline? Yeah. Just love seeing that. Northbrook's already had a win. They got that win against Aldine. Spring Woods is winless this season. They come in 0-9, 0-6 in district, and so they're feeling it right now. And it's pretty inspiring to see. Now, at the same time, Northbrook, they've got to find a way to step it up on defense. Right now, I mean, again, it just comes down to challenging your front seven to be physical, defeat blocks, and make tackles. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, but Coach, that's not your defense though. That's your special teams that just lost you there. If you're Northbrook, so they're just it's multifaceted. Northbrook is not just losing on the defensive end, but they're losing on multiple ends in the game.
Yeah, they're going to try to throw the wheel route. Espinosa almost got the interception there.
Yeah, we highlight him on your screen right here.
Yeah, Daniel Espinosa, the junior cornerback. He's one of my favorite players on Northbrook. I noticed him last year as a sophomore calling some of these games.
Daniel Espinosa.
And you saw he wanted that back, Coach. Absolutely. He wanted that back because it hit him in the hands, and you saw him getting a little emotional after the play there.
And they need that because they're struggling so much to stop the run. They need a way to get a quick turnover. And this defense has to be getting a little bit tired. A lot of penetration. There's Reyes! Angel Reyes got the initial penetration, and then number 59 came in to clean it up, Julian Cruz. And here we go, Kyle. So just like that, as soon as Spring Woods had established dominance, got another big momentum shifter, recovering the kickoff.
Hey, Coach, if you don't mind looking at your screen, what is that he's got on his shoulder pad right there?
It is his shoulder pad. It's just, it's kind of just tucked up.
And you see number 21 coming over to help him. That's great teamwork there by Northbrook Raiders. I never played football, Coach, so I wanted you to kind of help me out there because I was looking at that shoulder pad. I was like, what's going on there with Angel Reyes? But nice job of Caden Green to come over and help him out with that.
Yeah, and I think that Coach Cripps and his staff, they kind of smelt blood in the water, and that's why they took a shot to throw that ball. The ball's on the ground. It's live. You got to play that. I don't know why Spring Woods kind of just stopped.
Yeah, and that was number 21, Eddie Charles for Spring Woods. Just kind of lost the ball there, talking to his quarterback, number 16, Travis Ainsworth, trying to figure that out. But it was picked back up by Spring Woods, and now here's your chance for Northbrook to try and take some momentum back.
Yeah, I agree, and I just I know Spring Woods smelled blood in the water, but I would have just kept running the football.
Yep.
I think that that first down play just kind of took some of their momentum away, and then credit to Northbrook for getting penetration and blowing them up. But
Caden Green back
I
deep
think
for
that
the
Coach
Raiders.
Cripps will come back to the run game again, even though Northbrook did get 2 tackles for loss there. Caden Green's going to bobble it. Oh, and he's going to recover it, but, man, dangerous there. He
Very
busts the
dangerous,
punt.
Coach. I mean, you got to catch the ball and then run, not try and do it both at once. But I digress. So we're out here at Darrell Tully Stadium. Northbrook is down to Springwoods Tigers. They're down 14-0 here on Vype Live.
All right, so Northbrook taking back over, down 14, and I think the wind is really starting to wreak havoc here. I think Jaden Green, even though he did field the ball, I think he was just having trouble judging the trajectory because of the wind. They're going to run the jet sweep play. A lot of penetration, but able to evade the first wave. That's number 9 for the Raiders.
David Ordom with the carry.
He's a new addition, so
Yep.
David Ordom.
Yeah,
Michael
David
Brown
Ordom.
with the
And that's exactly what you want if you're a Raiders fan. Running to the right side, getting a big gain there. I think that was 6 or 7 yards for the running back Odin.
Brings up second down and 4
Ordom there,
for the
excuse me. And the Raiders moving the ball.
Spread set, 3-4 defense out of Springwoods. And again, we've seen this all game. They're going to look to the sideline each time. Very methodical pace. I think that Coach Gomez doesn't want to go tempo. He wants to try to limit the number of snaps in this game. And he's using all the play clock that he can. Again, going to motion Ordom across the formation. This time going to run the design quarterback draw. There's some space there. And Chevali lowers his shoulder, gets a big first down.
Great quarterback draw. And Coach Kovo, James Kovalowski just told you, and we've talked about this all year, one of Coach's favorite plays is the QB draw. And you saw Aiden Chevali, take advantage of his blockers up front and able to get that first down for Northbrook.
Okay, again, checking of Coach. But as a former defensive coordinator, it's one of the most difficult things when you have a quarterback inserting themselves into the run game. And then on short down and distance, I love the quarterback sneak. It's my favorite play from under center. But now they're going to motion again the other direction. This time they're going to pitch it to Aiden Green. Good job by the outside linebacker, but unable to make the tackle. He's in position. That was Thornton again, first guy there.
Caden Green with the jet sweep. Brandon Thornton with the stop.
Thornton is the guy that really stood out to me as a young
gain of 4 on the
outside
play.
linebacker to watch for in the coming
Brings up
years.
Second down and 6.
It's pretty cool, Kyle. You can see a lot of the faculty that have come to support tonight. They're wearing T-shirts that say "Burn the Woods" on the back. So obviously referring to their rivals over there at Springwoods.
Yeah, we're going to get that right after the second down play. Coach, I'm going to go zoom into some of those fans over there.
Oh, free play. It's an offside in Springwood, so Chevali should take a shot deep. He's going to put it up. It's caught! Pass complete to number 14, Brandon Dillard.
Brandon Dillard is complete.
And Dillard gets up, flexing his muscles.
Guess what?
Dillard has also
Brings
played
him
some
down.
quarterback for the Raiders. So
Did you see
Chevali
that?
and Dillard have split time this year.
Celebrating here, and then we'll go to the fans right here in the shirts they're wearing. You're right, Coach. Burn the Woods, as we see on the Springwoods sideline here. Yeah, you love to see this atmosphere, Coach, of this local rivalry.
No, I love it. Yeah, that's kind of a play on the old "burn the boats." Have you ever heard that expression?
I have not, no.
So I'll finish after this play. So Chevali calling signals, going to hand it off inside stretch play. There's some space, cutting it back inside. Nice tough run. Flag's going to come down. It's going to be a holding on the
Jonathan
offense, so
Rollins
that'll
with the
back him
carry.
up. But there's an old saying that a lot of
Play.
coaches like to use of "burn the boats." I think even Coach Gomez might actually use that saying. But basically, what that means is like, let's say you're an old Spartan warrior and you're going into war. Basically, like, once you get there, you burn the boats because there's no going home.
Yeah.
There's no turning back.
Okay.
Essentially what it says. So I think that's a play on words there. But, man, tough break for Springwoods. I want to compliment Aiden Chevali because on that offsides play, he understood it's what we call a free play, right? Since the defense jumped offsides, let's say Chevali goes out and throws an interception. It's not going to matter. It's an offsides on the defense. So, basically, the best thing to do is take a shot deep. He did. He completed the pass to Dillard for the
And what
big
an
end.
accurate throw from
Very
Chevali
good
there.
throw.
Very accurate, and kudos to Aiden Chevali there on that throw. That was fantastic.
Going to motion Green again. They're going to set up the screen to Dillard. He's going to make the first guy miss. And he's going to fight his way outside. Eventually run out of bounds
is
by number
complete to
13
Brandon
for the
Dillard.
Tigers, Andrew Ferrafino.
Andrew Ferrafino runs him out of bounds.
I think if you're Northbrook,
Again, a 6
this is what we call fourth down or
Makes
four
it
down
second
territory.
down and 9.
Meaning you're not going to kick the field goal on fourth down. You're going to use all 4 downs to try to score touchdowns.
Yeah, 2-possession game. I definitely think if you're a Northbrook fan right now, you want to get in the end zone. Spread spread offense here, Coach. Just kind of spreading it all.
Kyle, we got man-to-man up top, so you may see a
Okay.
blitz coming from the top of your screen. See that man-to-man pressure
Yep.
up there for Hoskins?
Yeah, I see it. Is that 20?
Tight coverage. I think they're going to blitz McAllister
Open
off the
right
top
there.
side of your
Yep.
screen. They're going to fake the jet sweep, going to run the bootleg. Chevali throwing back across his body. It is intended for NJ Swinney.
Yeah, Swinney was looking for it there, but heavily defended and well guarded there by the Springwoods defense. And the defensive line up front was giving Chevali some pressure there.
No
So
gain on the play makes it 3rd down and 9.
So to me, since I would say this is 4-down territory, you don't need to take a shot to the end zone here. You
Yeah.
can still run the ball and try
Yeah.
to set up a 4th and short.
do you think that was an audible by Chevali there because they faked the jet sweep and then he decided to go left? It might have been, it might not have been. I don't know. Coach.
I don't
It's
think
just
so.
They went away from the run on that 2nd and long play. So
Yeah, I think that was probably called by the coach. And here comes they're saying the same thing I was thinking. They run it on 3rd down because they're going to go for it on
4th down
4th. So that's
territory.
exactly
Yep.
what we're talking about. So Coach Gomez is kind of seeing it the same way that I do. I think that's a good play. See,
Yep.
because now, Kyle, you got a 4th and 4, much easier to pick up than a 4th and 8.
yeah, absolutely, and that makes a lot of sense, Coach. We see a couple substitutions being made here on the Springwood side, but I think you're absolutely right, Coach. I think might as well go for it here, right?
Oh, they're gonna. Oh no, they're okay. They're bringing a heavy set. They're gonna go
Okay.
under the center, and I don't.
Let me zoom in here.
That's a long way to go, Kyle.
Okay,
If you're gonna run a goal line style formation,
and that's going to be a timeout by. We'll get to the head.
Timeout.
Northbrook.
Springwood.
Oh no, there you go. Say Springwoods. So Springwoods wants to talk about it because that's a set they have not seen yet.
Yeah, we'll stay here, Coach,
Okay.
and we'll talk a little bit about
Sure.
this play and what's coming up. And I love hearing your expertise, Coach.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know about James Kowalewski, Coach Kovo, he was a linebackers coach at Ridgepoint High School, my alma mater, as well as he was once the head coach of Aldine High
That's right.
School, and does a lot of stuff in the Houston sports world now. And I really respect everything this man has to say, and I really appreciate
appreciate it,
being
Kyle.
up here at Darrell Tully with them every Friday. So.
Well, the reason why Coach Cripps decided to call timeout is because so far today, Northbrook's been all spread, and they traditionally are all spread. So that time they changed personnel group, they took out receivers, they brought an extra lineman, they went under the center. So that's a formation that Springwoods hasn't really been practicing against or preparing for. So that's why Coach wants to just talk about it, make sure that his defense feels comfortable as far as where they're supposed to line up, what their responsibilities are. So I think it's a good, smart timeout. Now, however, on the flip side of it, with 4 yards to go, a lot of times coaches are going to stay in more of a spread formation. That's kind of a long distance to get out of a power set. But maybe Coach Gomez feels good about what he can do, just put a bunch of bodies in there. But here they go. They're really tight
7-yard line.
behind the offensive line there. Oh, it's a direct snap. Direct snap to Caden Green. He's got some space. He's going to get the corner. Caden Green for the touchdown, Raiders!
Caden Green with a 7-yard touchdown run.
Caden Green, really nice play design by Coach Gomez. Basically, they had me fooled. It looked like they were going to go into the center, but I kind of made the comment, wow, they're in really tight. And that was because they're setting up a direct snap. So they snapped it directly to Caden Green, and he raced to the end zone.
Yeah, what a play there by the Northbrook Raiders. And it was number 21, Caden Green. You're absolutely right, Coach, going to that left side. And it was a tight space, tight window for him to get in there. And he was able to make that play.
Yeah, Kyle, they're about to go for 2 as well.
That's the
And so,
first time out of the half.
again, Springwoods wanted to call timeout. I think they were expecting an extra point to be run, but they're actually, Northbrook going for 2.
Yeah, we'll stay right here, Coach, because it's just, this is where the game gets really tight, really close, and what a great job by Caden Green. I wish I would have highlighted it better on the camera angle for you guys, but just a direct snap going to the left, and it was really a tight window down there on that sideline for him to try and stretch and get that touchdown, and great play call, and everything hands down to the Northbrook Raiders on that drive.
I really think that Coach Gomez has taken this burn the boats mantra very seriously when he came into the stadium tonight, because he's been extremely aggressive. Remember, he went for it inside of his own 40-yard line. He went for it 4th and 4 down near the goal line. He's going to try a 2-point conversion. He's tried a fake punt. Basically, every single thing aggressive that decision he could have made, he went the aggressive route.
Yeah.
And that's burned the boats.
Yeah,
He-
and on the other side of things, Coach Cripps has been very, very conservative,
Yeah, they're
methodical
running
around the ball.
and it's going to be stopped just short. So the conversion will be no good.
Sorry about that on the camera. I missed that play, and thank you for commentating it, though, Coach. And not able to get that 2-point conversion for Northbrook, but still really job to get in the end zone and make this a one-possession game. So
yeah, no, I mean that was a direct snap there, and as much as I respect the idea of the burn the boats and just take all the chances, and I still think you should kick it unless you have, maybe he knows something I don't know. Maybe his kicker is injured or there's a problem. If it's a situation where you're not sure if you're going to make the extra point, definitely go for it.
Yeah.
So, but Northbrook's been so aggressive today. They're not all breaking the way, but at the same time, maybe coach is thinking for us to come back in this game, we're just going to have to be aggressive.
Exactly. And kudos to Spring Woods and Coach Keith Cripps over there and what they're doing, because it seems like, Coach, they're playing completely opposite. They've been running the ball very methodically down the field. It's been the three-headed monster of McAllister, Charles, and Villarreal. And they've been kicking field goals, and they scored 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals, and they're up still 14-6. But Northbrook is knocking on that door, as I like to say, Coach.
No, I love that, Kyle. I mean, it feels like Northbrook is kind of playing so aggressively, but then Spring Woods is kind of, like you said, very conservative approach, and it's kind of fun to watch that contrast in styles. And the biggest kudos though so far tonight, I still think it's got to go to the Spring Woods O-line here.
Absolutely. And the offensive line sets up everything for your running back, for your quarterback, even for some of the wide receivers to some extent. So that's why me and Coach Gova are so high a lot of times on the offensive and defensive lines, as well as, we appreciate and respect these star players, but it starts up front with those big guys blocking and defending up front.
And I don't know if you caught that, Kyle, but Northbrook tried a little bit of a trick play there as well. The kicker didn't kick that ball. They had the kicker fake like he was going to kick, and they had a man on the kickoff coverage come across, and he kicked it. And they were trying to see if they could try to catch it along the sideline to recover it, but it got caught up by the wind and sailed, harmlessly out of bounds. But
sounds like some special team shenanigans to me, Coach.
Yeah, and again, it's the burn the boats, right? Coach is going ultra aggressive.
Yeah, let's get the fans on here as well with the Spring Woods. We got Burn the Woods here. So we see some fans for the Northbrook. You said it's their homecoming game, correct, Coach, today?
Handoff inside Villarreal. And here's the deal, Kyle. I've talked a lot about the Spring Woods offensive line, and they've been great. However, on that last drive, you remember they threw the long pass that Daniel Espinosa almost intercepted. The next 2 runs, they got stuffed. There's a lot of penetration. First run here, stuffed. A lot of penetration. So I don't know if it's necessarily a schematic thing, or if Coach Gomez and his defensive coordinator and staff just challenged the defense. Hey, we got to play more physical, and it looks like right now the Raiders' defense is responding to the challenge.
So much fun to watch, Coach.
Okay, they're going to pull the guard again. Inside handoff, McAllister, lots of space. McAllister running, rumbling, getting near the first down. Montrez McAllister, just so big and powerful, but also with patience. He did a good job waiting for that left guard to pull around so he could cut behind the block, and just exceptional job there by McAllister.
Absolutely, and I want to shout out real quick, number 73 on the Springwood sideline. That's offensive lineman Isaiah Dunbar.
Yes.
We've been so high on him today. He was the leading offensive lineman there at the front of that play, and giving McAllister that room to run up front.
McAllister, lots of space again.
Just juking and jiving down the field. Montrez McAllister, another first down for the Springwoods Tigers.
Kenneth Sauceda pushes him out of bounds.
Yeah, like I said, it's just not been consistent, Sometimes Springwoods gets a huge push. Sometimes Northbrook meets him right in the backfield, but I can't put my finger on it, But I feel like that in general, Springwoods has the advantage up front. I think that their guys are playing a little more physical, but Northbrook's doing a good job. Every couple plays or so, they send a little inside blitz and they get penetration. One other thing I noticed, Kyle, and if McAllister gets stopped for no gain, I think Northbrook's also made a personnel adjustment. I think they brought in extra defensive linemen. I want to look at it again once they line up here, but before they're playing just kind of a normal 3-4 defense with 3 defensive linemen.
Yeah,
but
now they might be switching up their formation a little bit.
They have 4. Yep, they brought in extra defensive linemen, which great move by Coach Coach Gomez. He feels like they're getting beat up front. Bring in a bigger body.
Yeah, why not? It's a good decision from Coach Gomez and the Northbrook side of things to just switch and adjust. If something's not working, maybe time to change formations or switch something up.
penetration. There's your guy, Angel Reyes.
Yep.
Now the flag's going to come in.
Charles with
It
the
could
carry.
potentially be a face mask on
Angel
Reyes, or it's going to
Reyes
be
with the
holding
stop.
on the offense because
Flag
couldn't
on
really
the
see
play.
from my vantage point. But where that flag was thrown, I think it's probably going to be a holding, which will be declined most likely since it was a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, let's get on the white. Get on the head official here, the white hat, and see what he has to say.
Nope. It was the face mask, so I couldn't tell for sure. Thought potentially it could be a face mask, and it was. So that's such a gut punch for Northbrook.
It is.
You go from making that big tackle for the loss, your big star inside linebacker,
Yeah.
Angel Reyes,
Yeah.
makes a big play, but that just happens sometimes.
Yeah, penalties are part of the game, am I right, Coach?
Especially the face mask.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's totally inadvertent, but as you're going in there, your hand just.
At the
Yeah.
Raiders.
I don't know.
And we want these kids to be safe. I mean, safety is an issue as well out here. So good call there by the official.
Going to run the counter play. Wow, is that? I think it was Reyes again in the hole. Not. No.
Eddie Charles with the carry.
First guy there, I think was actually number 59. Did a good job getting there. That's Julian Cruz, but he couldn't make the
Kenny
tackle.
Salcedo with the stop.
And now we see Springwoods
They have
again
four
here
on the
in that
play.
Northbrook
Makes
red
it second
zone
down
and
and 6 for
how
the
they
Tigers.
attack it. It's just been next man up mentality. Let's keep running the football in as the clock ticks down over here at Darrell Tully Stadium. We're now down to 2 minutes and 45 seconds here in that second quarter, and Springwoods evidently knocking on the door here against Northbrook.
I'd run it. I'd still run it behind that big right tackle, number 73.
Yep, Dunbar.
Hoskins on the motion, going to keep up the quarterback, and not going to get there.
Yeah, and good job by the Northbrook defense up front. The ball pops out.
Travis Ainsworth.
I don't know if there was
They're
a
going to say
whistle
forward
being
progress
made.
stopped. Yeah, it was close.
It was close, but Northbrook trying to jump on the ball at the end there. Really good job by the defense up front, and that was just kind of a decision from Ainsworth there, not
No
seeing
tail.
anything down the field, able to just tuck it and run there.
Third down
And good
and
job of
6
Northbrook
for
to
Tigers.
corral the ball on that one.
You know what's interesting? I've noticed Charlie Beloso has been a captain, and also the kids you're talking to before the game, some of the freshman players.
The senior offensive lineman. Yeah, I was talking to Coach
Oh, I'm
Lawrence
sorry.
over at Northbrook.
Yeah.
Charlie Beloso,
Charlie Beloso,
the senior
okay.
offensive lineman over there for
And I'm
Northbrook.
trying to see if he's playing on the defensive line as well, since he's just such a good lineman in general. They're going to hand it off to Blaze Hoskins. He's going to get the corner, and he's going to get the first down. Well, it's going to depend on the spot. It's going to be close, but I think he's got it.
Blaze Hoskins with the carry.
Yeah, that was really close, and we've seen Hoskins a
Daniel
lot
Espinosa
this year
was
for
not
Spring
out.
Woods, and he's been a difference maker for the Tigers offensively
A gain
in
of
a
6
lot
on
of
the
games
play.
this season, Coach.
Brings
Yeah,
up first
he's
and
there's a
goal
lot like NJ
from the
Swinney,
Raider
for Northbrook. They kind of
8-yard line.
use him in a lot of different ways. And I was just going to say, if Northbrook could get the stop, now Springwoods really has to consider, do they go for the field goal? Because they've got a stiff wind right in their face.
Mhm.
They've already made an extra point down at this end of the field. So it's definitely doable. Going to pull the right guard again. Nowhere to go. Ball's out! The ball's loose. Northbrook
got
they
it?
have it.
And one of the officials, the baseline official, comes in and he sees the signal. It's signaled by the head official, and Northbrook Raiders have the football. Wow, Coach, what a turnover. I mean, that was massive there. Springwood's knock on the door 10 yards away from another touchdown here, but the Northbrook Raiders and the defense want to keep fighting, keep playing here on this homecoming game, and they get the ball back. Not a lot of time left in the second quarter, only a minute 31 seconds left, but we'll see what Northbrook can do with the ball here, backed up on their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, they've already hit the one deep pass to Brandon Dillard.
We did see that, yeah,
could try that
Chevali.
again.
Yep, Aiden Chevali with the great pass. The senior quarterback from Northbrook had a nice pass, and that was to number 14, Brandon Dillard, the junior wide receiver here. So let's see what the Northbrook Raiders can do.
Dillard's at the bottom of your screen in the slot there. They're going to run the sprint out. Dillard going to go on the wheel. Almost sacked and almost intercepted.
Oh, that was close. That was really close, and that was being led up front there.
Aiden Chappelle's pass is incomplete.
Yeah, that's number 61 for Spring Woods. Jaro Martinez almost getting to the quarterback Chevelli there for Spring Woods.
Yeah, number 9, David Ordom was the intended receiver in the area there, but yeah, narrowly avoiding an intercept. That's what you got to be careful about. But you know, Northwest.
I mean, he was close to the end zone, and you don't want to get a safety
Exactly.
or anything like that either. So
or fumble it. A lot of space there for Ordom. Ordom gets a nice run. He's still fighting for it. He's going to be close to a first down.
David Ordom.
Nice
with the
block
carry.
there by number 79 for the Raiders,
Andrew Ferrafino
Sebastian
with the
Guzman.
stop.
Yeah.
Northbrook.
Okay, Northbrook will use one of its timeouts. We'll take it with them. 1:17 left to go here in the first half. Spring Woods leads Northbrook 14-6 here on Vype Live. We're actually joined up here in the press box by the Spring Woods color guard directors, and we were kind of talking because
Not necessarily color guard, Coach. I got to correct you there. That's the drill team.
Drill team.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
sorry.
It's okay. Color guard's on the band. It's all good, Coach.
But yeah, the drill team was up here as the tackle for a short gain, going to move the 6 on first down. And I asked the question because one of them was wearing a homecoming T-shirt. I said, "Are y'all also doing homecoming?" Because we had the situation earlier this year where Memorial had their homecoming when they were on the visitor side.
Yeah,
So
it was very strange how some schools do the homecoming on visitor and some on the home. But yeah, Northbrook homecoming tonight out here.
Flea flicker. It's a flea flicker. Dillard's open. Dillard's open down the seam. They're going to Swinney. Oh, got it.
Swinney.
Blaze Hoskins makes the touchdown saving tackle.
Hoskins right there too, and he's a little hot, but wow, what a play on the flea flicker. Not a lot of time here in the second quarter.
Well, what a play,
Coach. Let's go back.
There's a flag. It could potentially be holding, or it's going to be roughing.
Oh, wow. Wow,
So
this could be a huge penalty here.
Northbrook looks like they're walking backwards, so it looks like it might be a hold.
On the play for an receiver downfield.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Oh.
But they say no flag. They wave off the flag.
Wow, okay. So that's on the defense then, if I'm not mistaken.
That would have been on the offense.
Okay.
That would have been on the offense.
Is that usually an offensive lineman, Coach? That's a little bit
correct.
too far on the field. Okay,
That
just
is
wanted to
correct.
make sure I was right on that. Okay.
But again, Coach Gomez, with that
What a play.
burn the
That's
boat philosophy, he is pulling out every stop tonight to be aggressive.
Get to see the flea flicker out here, everybody.
Yep. So now 48 seconds remain here in the first half. Northbrook trailing by 8. Chevali looking, putting it up for just a bit too far for NJ Swinney.
Good job there on the defense by the Spring Woods guys. And I remember, Coach, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Lucy over here out here at Darrell Tully Stadium. Does a lot out here
There she is.
for her. So we want to appreciate Lucy and everything she does. She's one of the last people to leave here with me as a producer, closing down, setting up, and she does great work over here at the Spring Branch ISD District and Darrell Tully Stadium. So had to give a quick shout out there, Coach.
And Lucy's got her maroon T-shirt on, so she's cheering for the Raiders up here. But it's going to be a good one. We'll see if Northbrook can come back and make this a ball game. 38 seconds remain. Motion across the formation. Chevali, they miscommunication.
And yeah, you could see Chevali jumping up and down right there at the offense. And yeah, just a small miscommunication by the Northbrook Raiders here, but still got a little bit of time on the clock. 35 seconds left, a third and long. But what do you think going on here, Coach?
Well, did you see what they did there, Kyle? They took their star offensive lineman, Charlie Beloso, number 77. They've actually got him in at fullback.
Oh, wow.
So that ball was potentially going to him.
Yeah.
Because it looked like Swinney was blocking. But there was just a miscommunication. I think that Swinney thought that Beloso was going to get the ball, and maybe Beloso thought, or Swinney was going to get the ball. It's just miscommunication. But Chevali calling out signals here. 35 seconds left to go in the first half. Third down, 10 yards. Beloso motioning across the formation again. Going to keep it. Bootleg. Throwing up the sideline. Caught. Touchdown, Raiders!
Wait, he's saying that his knee was down. The sideline official right here I got on the screen, he's saying that he was down on the 2-yard line, that his knee was down. So,
all right, good eye there. Good eye.
I mean, we had people in the press box saying it was a touchdown. I saw that sideline official there, and he said it was down on this, and it's going to be a Northbrook timeout. But I mean, I saw it. Yeah, we'll stay right here. I saw it on your screen. The sideline official came in, and he was firm with his foot on that 2-yard line. Well, that's all I'll say about it, Coach.
He's got a much better view than I do, and also there's a couple of Northbrook ball boys right there, kind of blocking my view. So I honestly couldn't really see.
Yep.
I just thought that the intended receiver there, I believe it was number 8. Was it it? Christian Nahar, I think, was the intended receiver there, but it looked to me like he'd gotten into the end zone.
I thought he got into the end zone too, Coach. I'm just saying, because I was near there with the camera, on that sideline. I saw that official pop up.
No doubt about it.
On that left side.
The official's got a bird's eye view right there, so I'm sure he is correct on his call.
Yeah, as we see, Northbrook Raiders homecoming, and we've been talking about it, Coach. I got highlighted here for you right here, the Burn the Woods shirts right here on the sideline.
This is where
great local rivalry.
Yeah, but here, Kyle, this is where it becomes tricky.
Okay.
Because if you get tackled inbounds, that clock's going to keep running.
Yes.
Northbrook still has one more timeout, so that's advantageous for them. But after that, if they get tackled inbounds, they're really going to have to be in a hurry. They're going to hand it off inside. Touchdown, Raiders!
Touchdown,
Number
Raiders.
9, David Ordom goes in over right guard, and that is going to make the new score 14-12. Now, remember, Northbrook went for 2 earlier in the game.
Yeah, and Ordom just turned right back around, Coach. He was kind of celebrating, walking to the sideline, and immediately turns back around and gets into the huddle. I think Northbrook Raiders here are going for 2.
Absolutely.
Only down by 2, 24 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Why not go for it?
Yeah, it's the right move here, down by 2. You definitely want to try to tie it up going into halftime. So Shavali calling signals here. Man-to-man coverage from the Tigers. They're loaded up in the box. Beloso in motion. Max protection. Going to throw the slant. Intercepted. Blaze Hoskins gets the pick. He's going to try to return it. Oh! Knocked down from behind by Sweeney. Ball's out!
Ball's out!
Sweeney's got it!
He picked it up.
That's a two-point
conversion.
Wow!
Oh, my goodness.
Wow!
And look at him celebrating. Look at that young man jumping up and down for the Northbrook Raiders running the sideline. Coach Gomez right there, give him a high five. What a play!
NJ Swinney and Blaze Hoskins have been involved in a one-on-one battle this entire game.
Yeah, we've seen it. Tensions have been arisen between both those players. You're absolutely right, Coach. That's number 11, NJ Swinney, and then number 12 for Springwood's Blaze Hoskins. And it looks like we have an injury timeout. We're going to take a quick break here on Vype Live. We'll be right back with you here. The score is currently 14-12. The Tigers are leading over the Raiders. We'll be right back.
Okay, so they tried on the two-point conversion. Northbrook attempted to throw the slant route, but it was intercepted by Blaze Hoskins. Now, I was kind of thinking to myself, like, maybe just go down because there wasn't much of a return setup. However, if Blaze Hoskins is able to run that back, then Spring Woods would have gotten 2 points. The thing you got to give credit to is NJ Swinney, the hustle to come from behind, lay Hoskins out, knocks the ball out, recovers it, and he goes into the end zone. So then it's a 2-point swing the other way. So anyway, long story short, we're tied
back and forth, and it's one play, Coach, and that's the great thing about high school football. One play can just change everything. And let me switch the scoreboard for everybody at home. Yeah, we got it 14-all over here at Darrell Tully Stadium between the Northbrook Raiders and the Springwoods Tigers, and it's been all we could have hoped for. Am I right, Coach?
Yep. And I think we had the Northbrook drill team instructor come up as well, and she was telling us during the break, this game, crazy things always happen.
Yep.
And, so this game started out all Spring Woods 14-0. We kind of thought, man, are we going to get a blowout in the game like this?
Yes.
Not so fast, my friend. Northbrook comes back, quickly scores 14 unanswered. We got a tie ball game with 24 seconds left to go in the first half. Ball is away. That's Ordom kicking it deep. He's got the wind at his back.
The wind, just look at that ball. It just keeps on bouncing all the way almost to get to that bowl area out here at Darrell Tully. And that's the wind right there, Coach. I'm going to scoot the camera on down to the flags, and we got the weather coming in out here at Houston, Texas. That's why they moved the game up front. Usually me and Coach Cover out here at 7 p.m. for a kickoff time. Doesn't feel like usual football, not in the bright, dark sky, but it's a great day out here in the city of Houston, and wind and weather has definitely played a factor in this game.
And Kyle, the key play there was the flea flicker.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like Northbrook's drive was not going very well. They probably go into the half down 14-6. Coach Gomez busts out the flea flicker. And just a beautiful execution. They were able to get Swinney deep behind the defense. And
Gomez pulling out all the stops today. He's pulling out all the stops for Northbrook to try and get this win.
Yep. And I love the contrast in styles, though, right?
Yep. Just knee it.
I bet you Gomez would probably went for it.
Yeah, yep.
But, and I think it's the right move here.
Yep.
I think it's the right move by Coach Cripps. Too much crazy stuff has happened. There's only 16 seconds left in the half. Just kneel it. Get to halftime. We got a brand new ball game. It's essentially 0-0 as we're tied at 14.
Yes, it is. You're absolutely right, Coach. And just to piggyback off that, in the first quarter, we saw Spring Woods come out it seemed like a dominating lead, 14-0, and then Northbrook in the second quarter, they've just been fighting back, and differing styles between head coaches here, Keith Cripps and Andres Gomez, but it's been such a fun game to watch. Me and Coach have been talking about this game literally since the beginning of the season. And what are you pointing out, Coach?
Well, I was just showing both teams kind of huddled together before they went to the locker room. You can see Spring Woods, Coach Cripps. It just shows the magnitude of this game.
Yep.
It's not just your regular game where you just jog into the locker room. Both coaches wanted to huddle their team together and focus them in and say, hey,
you see Cripps just running right there. Keith Cripps that's Andres Gomez for Northbrook, just running there, leading his team.
Hey, Coach Gomez
zoom
still
out
in
right
shape.
here. Very good shape. Very good shape from the coaching staff here at both ball clubs as we see Spring Woods now start to run off. I'm sorry I'm still on this, Coach. It's just been such a fun game to watch, and a great game to call. So.
All right, so I guess we will step away. We're going to leave the stream going so you can enjoy all the bands, drill team, color guard, cheerleaders. Everyone is going to be involved in this halftime performance, so enjoy.
Presenting the Spring Woods High School Tigerettes dance team under the direction of Miss Marilyn Simmons and Miss Grayson Steed. Our Tigerette officers are Victoria Green and Ali Starr. We would like to dedicate this last halftime dance to all of our seniors. We have had a fun football season. The Tigerettes would like to wish Northbrook High School a happy homecoming. And now, for your halftime entertainment, the Tigerettes will perform a dance to Believer. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the 48th line, the 2022-2023 award-winning Bandoleros! The Bandolero social officers are Spirit Leader Brianna Brown, Vice President Misteria Cunningham, and President Natalia Rocha. Your Bandolero line officers are Lieutenant Alondra Salas, Lieutenant Colonel Carla Ortiz, and your Colonel Marilyn Roman. Social officers salute. Congratulations to the Bandolero of the Week, Natalia Rocha. Spirit Girl of the Week is Brianna Brown. And Teacher of the Week is Gregory Little. Under the National Academy of Canada and Kristen West, the Bandolero to prepare the lateral team to new rules. Good luck and enjoy the show. Good evening, Raider football fans. Please welcome your Raider band. The Raider band is under the direction of Jamal Washington, Gus Ortega, Stephen Rice, and Jaleesa Facundo. The band is led by drum majors Alan Mendez, Amy Roman, and Alondra Altamirano. The color guard is led by Captain Ryan De La Rosa.
bro. We came back. I saw that shit. It was down and then we came back. Wait, can I get some? I'm sorry. Drop that shit? Okay.
All right, welcome back. Great job by both bands, color guards, drill team, and
Yep.
educate me because I made the mistake earlier. So maybe the listeners will want to know this too. The difference between the drill team and color guard, because I always kind of get that confused.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me do the third quarter real quick, Coach, and then I'll tell you the difference. So the color guard, at least when at Ridge Point, they work directly with the band. The color guard did, and the color guard girls are the one that have the flags as well as they have the
rifles.
The rifles, yes, and they throw them up in the air and they catch them. They work directly with the band and part of our show. At least they did with Ridge Point, and every school does it differently. You know what I mean? But the color guard are the flag and the rifles, and the dance team, aka the drill team.
That's where I'm confused.
So that is a little bit. It's not band and drill work together, but it's actually they are separated, and the girls are that's the dance team and that's the drill team, Coach. So to try and educate you a little bit more, we did work directly with the dance team during the football games, just not as much on our show and everything as a band. So we work directly with the color guard because they would come out to our UIL competitions and compete directly with us.
I guess that's where I was confused. I thought the dance team and drill team were two different teams. They're actually two names for the same.
Correct, Coach. Yeah, dance team and drill team, they should go hand in hand. And like I said, every school is different. I'm just telling you how we did it over at Ridge Point, if that makes sense to you.
Coach Pierce has taken the Springwoods High School welding program to new levels, certifying students, teaching them life skills for success, and enhancing the school
kind of a little ceremony here.
We'll go ahead and zoom in on that.
We are proud of the work that he does every day on campus and with our students. Our Springwoods High School Career and Technological Education Program is lucky to have such a dedicated and outstanding alumnus teaching in the program. Springwoods High School.
I will say it's interesting, Coach. Don't mean to cut the PA person off, but I will say it's interesting that they're doing this on Northbrook's homecoming game, if that makes sense. You know, because I know, it's great alumni, Springwoods and everything, but it is Northbrook homecoming game, and weather is coming in, so I'd rather us, speed
it is
things
kind of
up a little
interesting, though,
bit.
yeah, because Coach Gomez is out there, too.
Okay. So, yeah, I see him now. Andres Gomez is right there to your left.
I think both campuses are honoring like a teacher of the
teacher's program.
Gotcha.
An
This
MVP
year,
teacher.
we would like to present Miss Rachel.
But okay, so as far as the game, so we'll,
That's
we'll
great.
wrap this up.
Yeah.
As far as the game, Springwoods came out early and jumped all over Northbrook. It was 14-0 on two straight drives on short fields, but it was a little surprising to us in a big rivalry game like this how easy Springwoods was able to run the football. And they were very physical. Big Isaiah Dunbar was doing a great job clearing space from his right guard position, and so it kind of looked like all Springwoods. We actually were talking to Northbrook head baseball coach Adam Mealy during halftime, and he shared with us that NJ Swinney is actually one of his best baseball players. We'll get to that in a moment, but Northbrook started just taking chances. They tried several things. They tried a fake punt that didn't work. They did a flea flicker that ended up being a big play, but they were just doing all kinds of creative things, and it started working. They fight their way back into the game. They end up being down 14-12. They go for two. Blaze Hoskins intercepts it. And then, again, it's Coach's baseball player / receiver here for the football team, NJ Swinney. And Coach said NJ is the hardest working kid he's ever met.
And you love to hear that, Coach. Just a multifaceted athlete there from NJ Swinney. We saw what a great job he did in that first half for the Northbrook Raiders, and to know that he's out there on the baseball field with the head baseball coach, that's just great to hear from my perspective, just being a baseball fan. And since we're on the subject of baseball, real quick, Coach, a headline came in on my phone. Just want to let everybody know, Mattress Mac will be throwing out the first pitch of the Astros game in Game 6 for everybody. So just in case anybody didn't know.
Watch out for a trick play here. Nope, they're going to kick it away.
Northbrook does, yep.
They have done one earlier, and I think that's Thornton, or Thompson, excuse me.
Fair catch.
calls
by
for the
Cole
fair.
De
No,
La
that's
Garza.
actually Cole De La Garza. Excuse me, Cole De La Garza calling for the fair.
But yeah, you're absolutely right, Coach. And to piggyback off what you said about the first half of this game, it was all Spring Woods in the first quarter, and then it was all Northbrook in that second quarter. So it's going to be real interesting to see who kind of picks up the momentum and the pressure. A little bit of the aggression here, as we see. Spring Woods going to start out with the ball. We'll see if Coach Cripps wants to come out with that methodical, running game plan again. And
There's no foul on the play.
Okay, so they had a flag down. It looked like it was going to be offsides in the kickoff team, but they waved it off. But I think yes, Kyle. I mean, I
think just keep the methodical run. Yeah, it took Northbrook a little bit to figure it out. They did start to figure it out. Those defensive linemen up front and the safety secondary, all those guys, they started to figure it out. But Spring Woods has just been very methodical, very slow moving, old school, just head down and run the football.
I have not seen any attempt, and it's man-to-man coverage, Kyle. There's no deep safety. So they're putting as many bodies in the box as they can, and here's the danger of that, Kyle.
Isaac Villarreal with the carry.
Yes, a lot of times you can outnumber people and stop the run, but if they get past that first wave, you saw right there was only one guy left to make the tackle.
Yep.
So it can be a little bit scary.
And that's why I want to give a huge shout out to all those secondary players, because you're the man to beat. If the man beats you, he's gone. He's off to the end zone. And so those players in the secondary, they play a very big role too, because they can't miss those tackles, right, Coach?
Absolutely right. That was number 18 on the tackle for the Raiders, another inside handoff. 18 made the last tackle, Kenneth Sauceda. And this time I think it was number 5, Alex Alvarado was the first man there.
Yeah, and good job by Northbrook, as Coach Kova would say, stuffing the run game up front there. And it's going to be a 3rd and short coming up for the Spring Woods Tigers.
And, I mean, if you're Spring Woods, I like staying towards the run, especially with McAllister. McAllister has looked really good tonight, but, they probably talked about at halftime. At some point, Northbrook's going to sell out, stop the run. We've got to throw. I don't think they've completed a pass yet, have they? That I can recall.
They might. Are you talking about Spring Woods?
Spring Woods. I don't remember them completing one.
If they did complete one, Coach, it would have been a dink and dunk that we might not have seen. But it's mostly just been for Spring Woods that 3-headed running game with McAllister, Villarreal, and then throw a little bit of Eddie Charles in there, and they've just been able to move the sticks consistently, Coach, and that's what I've been able to see from Spring Woods tonight.
Yeah.
At least on the offensive side of things.
Yeah, and then typically, though, we've seen in other games, they take a lot of shots deep to Blaze Hoskins. Have not done that tonight. And I have not seen Blaze Hoskins return since he took that big – he's not in there right now. Mm-hmm. He took that big hit from N.J. Swinney on that 2-point conversion. Going to give it on the stretch play to McAllister. You see what I'm saying, Kyle? Like, McAllister just kind of looks like a man amongst boys in some regards. You know what I mean? He just looks like bigger, faster, stronger. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't go away from that. Yes, at some point they are going to have to throw. Northbrook is too good of a team to just run it 100% of the time.
Yes.
But for the most part, I actually like Coach Cripps' game plan. I like him just sticking up the run. I think he knows he trusts in his linemen.
Yeah,
I like that.
I do too. And just when you say that, though, Coach, it is going to be tough if you're a Spring Woods fan. They do get that holding penalty for 10 yards. They're going to get pushed back. What do you think about the holding penalty, Coach? While I got your attention on holding for a little bit, because it differs between coach to coach and programs and whatnot. Let's see the play, and then we can get back to it.
All right, Ainsworth. We're going to keep it this time. Nice job by Ainsworth to duck inside. So that play right there, Kyle, that's called the quarterback power play. So basically what they're doing is they're reading the defensive end on the top of the screen there. They don't block him. If he widens out like he just did, that's when Ainsworth keeps the ball up the middle. If that defensive end squeezes down, Ainsworth will give the ball to the running back on the sweep.
Okay.
So that's how that play works. So whenever you see that kind of long mesh where the quarterback and the running back are kind of meshing together for a couple steps,
he gets a decision, right? The quarterback's making a decision if he's gonna hand it off or not. Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
And I'll get to your other question here after this play. So second down, 12 yards to go. They're going to pull the left guard, left tackle counter play for McAllister. Good blocking. Really good job. Number 63 making a nice block out there. Chris Perez. Well, Chris Perez is a freshman.
Wow. With the stop.
And Montrez McAllister just keeps moving his legs there to try and get a little bit of extra yards. It's going to be about a 3rd and 6 coming up for Spring Woods.
And, your question was about holding. In all honesty, holding can be called in every single play. It really can. It's kind of a judgment call. My thing is, I only like calling the holdings whenever they're at the point of attack and they make a difference in the play. And so they're going to have an inside handoff to McAllister. Another tough run. Again, the O-line getting a nice surge, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to bring up a 4th down. So now a decision time for Coach Cripps. Typically, he's pretty conservative, so you think he's going to probably try to punt it away and pin Northbrook deep. However, it's only like a 4th and 2
4th
yards.
and 1. Yeah, it looks like it's 4th and 1.
A long one, yeah. So
it's a long one,
he's set
but
to go for it.
I like this
He's
decision.
going to sneak it, Kyle.
I like this
Yep,
decision.
there it is, my favorite play, and it works every time.
And look at that
big block. Wow, number
Travis Ainsworth with the keeper.
63 again.
Yep, that was Chris Perez, the freshman. You were just mentioning him, Coach, and that's just good work by the freshman Perez going to the end of the play. And I know you're very big on that, Coach. So,
but now, yeah. So to finish off the thought,
the holding,
it's hard between plays, but I just think you should only call it when it makes an impact on the play.
When it makes a legitimate impact, and if the runner would have gotten that huge gain of yardage or not, it did that hold, come out or not. And thank you so much for explaining that, Coach, because I'm sure everybody at home, wants to hear what that is like for a coach of your caliber, and that's number 14 Villarreal right there, and he's going to get a first down. Good 14-yard pickup from the Springwoods Tiger on that one, and the chains are going to move. And now Springwood's starting to get into that Northbrook territory, knocking on the door here for a touchdown. We saw 2 of them in the first half. We'll see what they can do here on the Northbrook 29-yard line.
Correction, 29.
Because, yeah, Kyle, sometimes they'll call those plays kind of away from where the ball is at, and I can't stand that. But Springwoods motioning the fullback, a little bit of movement early, and that's going to be a false start.
Flag on the play.
So that'll back them up 5. But Springwood's able to overcome that holding penalty. They got us started on the whole topic. And I'm interested in Blaze Hoskins, Kyle, because I have not seen him come in. And now Matthew Emerson is checking in, number 72. He's a senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that Blaze Hoskins thing, Coach, we did see him kind of going at it with Northbrook's number 11, N.J. Sweeney, at the end of the half. And I wonder if that just is a possible decision factor in Coach Cripps thinking maybe just hold off on Hoskins right here for this drive. I don't know, Coach. I mean, I'm just spitballing here.
Oh, but that's the snap Northbrook has, and potentially it's close. I don't know. I can't see.
I think they do. And the head official just got it. Northbrook has the ball. What happened there? Number 16, Ainsworth, it was a tough snap. Ainsworth just couldn't handle it. And Northbrook, the defensive linemen, were right on it. And really, really good job by the Northbrook Raiders all around. The defense, the drive, we saw Springwoods take it, starting at the 25, take it all the way to Northbrook's 29, and Northbrook getting a big stop there and a big turnover.
We've talked a lot about how Northbrook is kind of playing aggressively and making these big plays, and Springwoods is playing kind of conservatively and steady, but Springwood's actually also making a lot of mistakes. Mm-hmm. Remember they had that Montrez McAllister fumble when they were driving to score, inside the 15-yard line? Another handoff to number 9, David Orden.
Yeah, Orden was able to get in the end zone in that first half too, and Northbrook, the Raiders have been very keen on giving Ordem the ball. David Ordem, the senior running back for the Northbrook Raiders, he's been a big focal point of the offense today, Coach.
Yeah, and I was able to find out from Coach Mealy, because we've called games. I don't recall seeing David Ordem. Well, it turns out he's a late move-in. Okay. And so he wasn't able to get cleared until this game, maybe the game before. So that's why if you've been tuning in with us, he has not been on another broadcast. But he came right at the right time. He's been playing well today. They run the counterplay, handoff again to Ordem inside. He's got space, lowers his shoulder right near the first down.
David Ordem with the carry.
Yeah, and I like the physicalness of Ordem right there. 3 Northbrook defenders. He's just going to tuck his shoulder and just go right into him, Coach, to just try and keep pushing for those extra yardage. And now it's only a 3rd and 1 for Northbrook here.
You see how Northbrook's starting to pick up the tempo, Kyle?
Yes.
I like that. Well, now they are going to look again. But earlier they were really being methodical. But in the last play, they kind of sped up the tempo, snapped it a little bit sooner. And I like that because that gives the defense less time to get set. Going to pull the left guard, Ordem, working back the other way. Man, Ordem's got a little bit of juice to him. And he's going to get another first down.
David Ordem with
the just juking and driving his way down the field there is David Ordem. You said he was a new transfer guy, Coach?
Yes.
Yeah, because I haven't seen him for Northbrook. I know we've called a couple of Northbrook games
this
season.
I think last week was his first game.
Wow. Well, he's been a major impact on the offensive end for them today. That's for sure. And we can't talk about the running back without giving kudos to the offensive lineman as well, setting up the blocks for him. So
Absolutely. And definitely Northbrook O-line starting to come on here. They use Beloso in that fullback position, which is so cool. And there's that same quarterback power play, but this Chevalier, who also plays baseball, we found out, kind of misreads it there. It's going to be a big tackle for loss.
Yeah, and that's number 61 for the Springwoods Tigers. Jaro Martinez, the junior offensive and defensive lineman there, the first one to get to Chevalier there on that tackle for loss. So, Coach, would that not be a sack because it was Chevalier as the quarterback, and that'd be a sack, right? Just making sure.
Trying to throw the out route.
Because
that's actually a good question.
Sometimes I'm just a little bit confused if it's not tackle for loss or sack on.
Honestly, it's not something I paid a lot of attention to. You probably want to check with a statistician to see what they technically code that as, because it was obviously a designed run.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that changes anything as far as the statistics side of it.
Yeah. Sorry for asking. I've always wondered that as
that's a great question.
Kind of an amateur statistician myself.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Yep. You would know more about the stat keeping side of it than I would, I'm sure. Third down, 15 yards to go. Going to run the sprint out. Throwing the fade is going to be intercepted. Nice interception. Number 13 for the Tigers, Andrew Ferrafino. Hey, Blaze Hoskins is back in there. There he is.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, either he was still a little banged up, or like you said, maybe
just didn't want to have him on offense for that drive or something. But we've been seeing Blaze Hoskins in the defense so far this game. Great job of reading that pass. And, that was number 13, Andrew Ferrafino, the senior defensive back. And Springwoods right back to it. Just love this back and forth kind of style from both ball clubs. It's been a great game to watch between the Northbrook Raiders and the Springwoods Tigers out at Darrell Tully Stadium.
It's like the drill team instructors were telling us it's always like this.
Yeah.
Every year. I mean,
something crazy always happens.
Like we said early on when Springwoods went up 14-0 and they were just so dominant at the line of scrimmage, I almost kind of thought like, man, Kyle, like I've looked forward to this game so much. Are we going to have a blowout?
So we're
we got some clarification. That Les?
Thank you for the QA. Yeah, that's Les Clary over here with Vype. Thank you so much, Les, to clarify that. We'll get right back to that after that play.
Okay, an inside handoff, lots of space. Going to get to the corner, can't quite bring him down. Safety eventually going to run him out of bounds. He crashed into a coach and goes down.
Yeah, good job by Villarreal there. Keep on pushing.
Pushes him out of bounds.
And nice first down for Springwoods. But yeah, clarification on that question I had to Coach early about, what's technically defined as a sack and what's technically defined as tackle for loss. And Les, our QA and great friend of ours over at Vype, he said he was outside the tackle, so it is just a loss, not a sack.
See, that makes sense too, because that makes it a lot less subjective.
Yeah.
Because what's a running play, what's a pass, what's a design run, what's a design pass, but inside the tackle or outside the tackle, that's black and white. And so that's better for a statistician to define it that way, whether it's a sack or a tackle for loss. Okay, there's counterplay. Lots of space for McAllister. McAllister rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down near midfield. And as much as I like Eddie Charles and Villarreal, they're excellent runners.
It's been McAllister's game today.
Yep. McAllister's one level up.
Yeah.
In my opinion. And
I hear you.
Been hard to stop.
He has been, and Montrez McAllister, he just has that tough running back, physique as well about him. Just that tuck and run, and it's a good averaging 7-8 yards. I mean, Coach, he's been getting some nice 15-yard runs off today for the Springwoods Tigers. So big shout out to McAllister today for Springwoods.
And as much as you just want to leave him in there and keep running him, they pulled left guard. Space.
Villarreal.
He's off to the races. Flag's going to come in. That's going to come back on a hold, Kyle. And eventually he's run out of bounds by number 5, Alex Alvarado.
Let me go back to the flag. We'll see the
it's going to be there's the holding. But, as much as you want to just, fans may ask, like, well, why don't you just leave him in there and keep handing it to him? Well, I think it's smart from Coach Cripps. You got to realize, it's not a video game. He's a human being. He's getting tired. Like, I think it's smart the way that, because you have good, competent running back. You saw Villarreal can bust one too.
He can.
So I like his rotation. I think that Coach Cripps, the veteran coach, is being very smart with his rotation. As tempting as it is to just hand it to McAllister 6 plays in a row.
And it shows, not to cut you off, Coach, but it shows depth on your roster.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what you want as a head coach, if I'm not mistaken, is you want multiple guys that are ready after, anything that could happen, to any of these players. And you want that next man up mentality. And he's Coach Cripps and the Springwood Tigers and their running backs coach and everything they got going on. They're doing a very, very good job of getting it to the next man, when someone needs a break or anything like that.
And I would say in general, Springwoods, they don't have the best depth because of their number of players.
Mm-hmm.
However, like you said, at running back, they are deep.
Yes.
At that particular position, they got 3 dudes that can go. And that's a really nice advantage to have. For a team that doesn't have good team depth, they're loaded at that position. And
it looks like the officials have come together, and we're going to spot the ball at the 35-yard line. It's going to be Springwood's ball, and they're going to be in Northbrook territory, which we've seen a lot today, Coach. We've seen Springwood's offense has been able to move very consistently against Northbrook, and they've been in Northbrook territory a lot so far in this game we've seen.
Wow, did you hear that, Kyle? So there was the holding against Springwoods. However, after the play, Northbrook committed a personal foul.
Interesting. Interesting. Sorry about that. I didn't get on the head official there. Just thank you for clarifying, though, Coach, because it was kind of a little bit back and forth there about where the ball placement was going to be.
So that personal foul definitely helps out Springwoods there to get the ball back up to the 35. There is motion across for the fullback, number 36, Angel Venegas. And not a lot there. So that's been one thing. It's not very predictable, Kyle. I mean, sometimes McAllister or Villegas will run off a big run.
Yeah.
Villarreal run off a big run.
I mean, that one was Eddie Charles, as you see him running off the field with his helmet on. That was Eddie Charles in there as running back. So, yeah, maybe you're absolutely right, Coach. Maybe not depth for Springwoods at a lot of other positions, but running back this year, I've at least seen it.
I agree.
So.
And I think the thing is that since Springwoods is so run heavy, Northbrook is playing the run every time.
Yes.
So even though some plays are getting blown off the ball, in general they're playing run, and so a lot of times they can outnumber Springwoods to the point of attack and make a tackle, but it's just not that easy. Look at McAllister dragging people.
McAllister.
Yeah, and you see Northbrook just putting so many defensive players in that box.
Yeah.
Sometimes upwards to 8, even sometimes 9. I've seen a little bit in this game. Maybe that's a little bit much today, but you see Springwoods has just been consistently still running on them.
There's 8 right now.
Travis Ainsworth with the keeper.
And that was just QB
What's my
decision.
favorite play?
Yeah, that's
there
the QB
it is,
draw.
baby. There's the
QB.
The quarterback sneak.
The QB sneak. I'm sorry.
I like the draw too.
Yeah,
don't get
yeah.
me wrong, but I really like the sneak.
Whenever I see the quarterback running, I just think of you, Kobo.
There you go. There you go. Whenever you see like a 3rd and short or a 4th and short,
might as well just go for it, right?
Coach Kobo, it's get under the center and just sneak it, just like that. All right, 1st and 10. I used to always say to my offensive coordinator, Nate Schallenberger, just sneak it. Yeah. All right, pull the left guard around. There's space. Nice block by 53. Good job of McAllister to set that up. That was the left guard, number 53, the junior, Chris Melendez, showing the athleticism to get out there. That's not easy for an offensive lineman to get up to that level and start blocking defensive backs.
Yeah, no, absolutely not, Coach. And yep, he's at number 53, Melendez. I'm highlighting him right now on our screen there for Springwoods. Or no, excuse me, that was for that was for Springwoods. Excuse me. Yep.
Very athletic style offensive line. He's not a big body, maybe like an Isaiah Dunbar, but he's very quick.
Mm-hmm.
Dunbar lining up at right tackle now. And there goes Villarreal, and he's going to be upended. Ball's out! Man,
they got on it, though. Springwood was ready. They were ready for it, yeah.
They've had issues of ball security tonight, and you see that Villarreal's going to come out.
Especially, I think, in the Northbrook red zone, if you don't mind me saying.
Totally
because
agree.
It's like when they get close to getting in that end zone, like, I don't know. The ball gets a little bit slippery out there, right, Coach?
Yeah, but that's when it's money time, right?
Yeah.
That's when you really got to cover all the points and protect and get in that end zone.
And that's what you like to see from these two local rival schools. Going at it, it's just been such a battle. Still 14 all aboard. Only 1:40 left to go here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, just an all-out blitz there from Northbrook. They blitz both inside linebackers, and that's Angel Reyes, number 22, the star inside linebacker, number 4 leading tackler in the district. He's able to get through for a big tackle for loss.
Brings up third down and 11.
Yeah, and when it
for the
counts in the
Tigers.
red zone, I mean, Northbrook has been there to answer. The defense
Yeah.
has been there to answer, and that's something to point out if you're a Northbrook Raiders fan watching tonight.
And Kyle, earlier in this game, you were showing us the flags. It's a very stiff wind blowing from right to left on your screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at the flags as soon as this play. I'll go right to them over there to our left.
If they don't get this here, a field goal is not a given in this win. They're gonna throw the seam. It's complete. Fighting for the first down. And I think they're going to give it to him. That was complete to the fullback, number 36.
Ainsworth's pass.
Angel Venegas.
To Angel Venegas.
Remember when I said, Kyle, at some point they're going to have to throw it?
Yes. That was
beautiful job.
That was a great play, and it wasn't too far to throw with the wind. You know, the wind maybe had the ball a little wobbly, but really good job by number 36, Venegas, to get that in there. And did they?
Short.
And the officials are saying it's short,
I'm
so
okay
going to
with
get
that.
another chance at it. Let's go to the flags real quick, just so we could show everybody how it's looking like over here at Darrell Tully. Just that wind is just such a factor right now in Houston, Texas. It's a reason why they pushed the game up tonight from 7 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So that's been something to watch. Definitely has been those winds trajectory.
I would sneak it 3 more times personally.
I love it. I love it.
I would, because I just
get in there, Tigers.
Coach Cripps went to the Coach Kovo School of Play Calling, and he gets in. See?
Yep, I see him. You see Ainsworth kind of do a little barrel roll in the end zone, and that's a touchdown, Springwoods.
That's
my boy. Them up 20-14.
My boy, Coach Cripps. I love the philosophy there.
Yep.
You know, and he's thinking the same way that I do. It's just at that distance, when you're in that close, the quarterback sneak is next to impossible to stop.
Yes, and we're highlighting. I'm highlighting the Springwood side. I'm guessing that's Coach Cripps right there, Coach. The yellow hat.
No, that is not. Coach Cripps is around the 31-yard line.
31, right there.
A little bit of a high snap, but they're going to get it down on the tee, but it's no good. So the snap messed up the timing.
Wow.
That could be.
Wow, that's big. That is big.
That's Coach Cripps there.
Yes.
Yes, Coach Cripps there without the hat.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I was trying to. Yep. I didn't get the field goal there, Coach, but I think your play-by-play was great. I wanted everybody at home to actually see Coach Cripps and understand what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because this is important for fans and viewers to know.
All right, you can see Dunbar there on the bench. He's tired after that long drive, but that's pivotal, Kyle. Now, here's the thing. Northbrook also has not attempted a kick tonight, so I don't know maybe if they're having problems with their field goal team.
Yeah, they've been going for 2, and we saw them miss the 2-point conversion earlier, and then in the second quarter they were able to convert and tie the game back up. 14-14.
By the grace of God.
0-0. Yeah.
By the grace of God, though, because remember that was one that was intercepted.
Yeah.
And,
what was going on? Some just crazy stuff happens out here in these Northbrook.
I would say that's one
games.
in 1,000 times that's going to happen.
That's just you don't see that every day.
Right.
And the ball falls off the.
I think it's picking up even more potentially.
Yeah.
You know.
What's that called, Coach? Where the ball is they have the ball.
The tee.
The tee. There we go. Yeah, the ball just fell off the tee there. It's just a windy night out here in the city of Houston, Texas.
The ball blown dead there because N.J. Swinney called for the fair catch, but then it was actually David Orden that made the catch. So the person that calls for the fair catch has to be the one to make the catch. You can't have someone else return it.
Makes a lot of sense. There, a lot of times you see in college football. I remember at my alma mater, Coach, University of North Texas, we had a weird fair catch play. It was a couple of years back,
against
but
Arkansas.
It was like. You're absolutely right. He called for the fair catch, and then he caught it. Nobody touched him, and he just ran all the way to the end zone. It was a very peculiar play from a fan and viewer side, but right. I don't know exactly what was happening there,
technically,
Coach,
he did not call for the fair catch.
Okay.
He just kind of caught it and acted like he just stood there for a second, like as if he'd called for a fair catch, but he didn't. Played possum and then ran it in. Okay, there's going to just be the bootleg. Looking. Pressure's coming. Chevalier escaping to his left. Flag's going to come in for a hold. Chevalier brought down hard out of bounds by number 61, the junior defensive end, Jairo Martinez. Matthew Emerson is kind of shaken up behind the play. I think he was the one that got held.
And we'll get on the head official and see the penalty there. Yeah, and it looks like the play clock is gone all the way down now. We're going to be in the fourth quarter. It'll be interesting to see what the officials kind of decide here, but
Emerson is tapping his helmet. He needs out. He's a little shaken up still. And I think this could be fun, Kyle, because you can see the sky kind of darkening. We could potentially get some real wild weather here in the fourth quarter, which is add another layer of chaos to this already chaotic game.
Of course, Coach. Well, I know you're a big Michigan Wolverine fan, so tell me, being out there in the Northeast, out there in Michigan, weather plays a lot bigger factor in sports than it does down here at the South. Am I right, Coach? Some of our dome stadiums and some of the stuff we have out here in Houston, it's just a little bit different out there in Northeast, correct?
The Midwest.
The Midwest. Yeah. I'm sorry about that,
They would
Coach.
probably take
Midwest.
Yep.
Excuse me, guys. Midwest out there in Michigan. Apologies on that.
No. But I was at that Michigan-Ohio State game last year in Ann Arbor, and when it snowed and everything, and it worked out well for Michigan because Ohio State is kind of that high-octane spread passing offense, and it's a little bit harder to do that in the snow.
Yeah.
And Michigan is more of an old-school, blue-collar, run between the tackles, and it worked really well that game. And so Michigan was able to beat Ohio State for the first time in many, many years. And I think the weather
helped a little bit for Michigan?
I'm not saying the weather won the game, but it was a contributing factor that helped put Michigan in a good position to win the game.
And that's interesting to note that it was a factor and that something happened here.
So in this situation, would you think that benefits Spring Woods? If things got really wild and wet and windy, I think they run the ball better?
Sorry, Coach. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what the officials are doing here. But, yeah, you're absolutely right. I think it would benefit Spring Woods immensely because they haven't been willing to throw the ball. And we've seen the flea flicker come out from Northbrook. I mean, they're kind of pulling out all the stops, Coach, on Andres Gomez and them. And it's been fun to see the contrasting styles, absolutely. It's been a big factor in the game.
Oh, yeah. Northbrook's run game is getting better from the first half, but I would definitely say Spring Woods has the advantage in the run game.
Yes.
Man, taking a really long time to sort this one out.
Yeah. I'm going to, because it's the fourth quarter, I'm going to just adjust this. Let's hear the call.
Blindside block. Number 72 of the offense. Penalty decline. Second down.
Very interesting. The blindside block from the offense and the penalty was declined. Do you have any take on that, Coach? I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
I wasn't paying attention to the sticks, but I want to know what down and distance is. That's the only thing I could think of is you decline it because you don't want to give them another down.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, we're gonna take a quick break. Go to the fourth quarter here. Don't go anywhere. Score right now: Spring Woods Tigers leading the Northbrook Raiders 20-14. You're listening and watching here on Vype Live.
So Chevali was not able to throw that ball away. So he actually was pushed out of bounds. They're going to rule that he was pushed out of bounds. So that's why they declined it, because they're able to get a big tackle for loss on that play.
And that makes more sense.
And Les cleared that up for us. That that's not a sack, even though it's a quarterback, because it was outside the tackle. Here's the stretch play. That's Thompson. I like number 9, Kyle. I noticed him the first time I put him in there, but that Brandon Thornton, number 9, the sophomore outside linebacker, not the biggest guy, but he plays a lot bigger than he is.
Yeah, we got him highlighted right here.
Great job there getting a shot. Brandon Thornton, sophomore outside linebacker, number 9.
Big key factor in the Spring Woods lead they have on Northbrook right now, 20-14. And this is can't keep going on about this. The local rivalry out here, Coach, for these two schools is big.
And that's what I love so much about Spring Branch ISD. They're going to run the bootleg play here. Oh, they're going to set up a little screen, and great job there by the corner, unable to get him blocked. Trying to see the number there.
That's number 27, Coach, and he's fired up.
Joshua Hernandez, the senior corner. But remember last week, Kyle, we had such a great time calling the Memorial Stratford game.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Just seeing both those two top teams in the district come together, and Memorial getting the 23-13 win over Stratford. It was such a great game, and thank you to KPRC and everybody else that helped us, get that game going.
Isn't it so cool that so is this?
Yeah.
And it's like Spring Branch is a 4-team district. Memorial and Stratford are just perfect rivals, and Northbrook and Spring Woods are perfect rivals. So it just makes for a really fun end of the season every year when those 4 teams meet each other. Pretty good punt.
It's a great punt. And punting into the wind.
and
I mean,
granted-
to get like 45 yards
Yeah.
there. I mean, the wind is slowly
It's letting
starting
up
to,
a little bit. That's interesting.
Yeah, let's go back to get the flag.
It's
real
still
quick.
strong, but
Raul Vasquez
it's
down
kind
the
of
ball.
going in and out now.
Yeah.
Whereas before it's been stiff
And
the
the
entire
Tigers
first
take
half.
over
So
at
that's
the
something to maybe
Northbrook
keep an eye on.
46.
Maybe it's becoming a little more of a swirling wind. But actually now it's going full blast again.
It was just really good punt
It
there.
died for a second.
Yeah, really good
Yeah.
punt there for Northbrook there to get 45 yards. I think he got on that punt. That was massive.
That's
Great job.
huge.
Great
That's
job for
huge.
field position purposes if you're a Raiders fan.
And I think that's the tough part for Northbrook. They haven't really had consistent offense,
Mhm.
if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Handing it off there, good job there by Charles to get to the outside. But, where Spring Woods is pretty
Isaac
big, they're
Villarreal with the
consistently
carry.
ripping off runs 6 yards
Brian
here,
Fernandez
3
with
yards
the
here,
stop.
7 yards here,
Yeah.
12 yards here.
Yeah, you just saw Villarreal pull off a 9-yard run right there on the first play of the drive for Spring Woods, and we've
The
been
game's 7
seeing
on
that
the
the
play.
entire game,
Brings
Coach.
up
And that's
second
where
down
that's
and
where if you're the
3
Northbrook
for
defense,
the Tigers.
maybe implement some changes. I'm not sure. I mean, you're the defensive
Yeah, I
coordinator,
don't-
Coach. What would you do if you were in the Northbrook defensive shoes right here? Because they're putting a lot of guys in that box, to try and stop it. It just Spring Woods doing a really good job of breaking them off.
It's one of those things where I guess I would try. I think they got to try to get some penetration in the
Isaac Villarreal
backfield
with the
because
handoff.
if they just play base defense, they're getting blown off the ball.
Yeah.
Dennis
So
Salcedo
I would be
with the stop.
slanting, blitzing. We've
Just
seen
trying
some
to do
success with
anything
Angel
to,
Reyes on the
yeah,
blitz.
to just try and do something
Yeah.
to confuse the Spring Woods Tigers and Coach Cripps because their offense has just been very consistent today.
Because Northbrooks has not been consistent.
No.
They had 2 desperation
Makes it
drives
first
near the end of the
and 10
first
for the
half
Tiger
that had several
at the
big plays in them.
Yeah.
27.
But
And it was the defense that got those turnovers that really pushed them into the good field position for them to score those plays.
Oh, and here's the thing: ball's out. But
There we go. Who's getting? They're still fighting on the pile there. We're going to see, and the officials are going to come. It looks like Spring Woods still stuck there on the ball. But yeah, ball pops out again, which we have seen the Spring Woods offense
Trevor
kind of be a
McAllister
little bit,
recovers the fumble.
loose with the ball, and that was
That's-
McAllister getting
that's
on
one
that
thing. Maybe Les Cleary will text us kind of a clarification because as far as that official ruling,
Second
because
down
what happened
and
was the quarterback, number
34.
16, Ainsworth, was losing his balance and he was trying to put his hand down on the ground, but it was the hand that had the ball in it. So the ground caused the fumble, which typically the ground can't cause a fumble as you're being tackled. But I wonder in that situation if that ball is live or if they say that the ground can't cause a fumble there. But they let it go live. Luckily for another mistake. The snap almost hit the fullback in motion. Ainsworth going to tuck it and run, get to the corner, lower shoulder.
Woo!
That's
got
going to incite the crowd over
Yeah,
there.
dropping the shoulder. That just got Ainsworth like 5 yards, Coach. I'm kind of zooming in on that right sideline over there, and he was close to that yard marker to start the down and distance. Tucked that shoulder and just ran through and got maybe 4 or 5 yards on that extra push there from the Spring Woods quarterback, number 16 Travis Ainsworth, he's been playing fabulous today too. Really great game all around for Spring Woods. Offensively, they've looked really good, other than some of those turnover mistakes that we talked about as well.
Northbrook going to straight man-to-man. They're trying to overload the box there, but that's the danger, Kyle. We've talked about it. Whenever you go cover 0,
Yeah.
which means you don't have safeties there in the middle of the field.
There was
You have
nobody.
man.
There was nobody home for
If
McAllister.
you can pop
Yeah.
that initial wave, there's nobody there.
Nobody there, and McAllister going to get a big touchdown for Spring Woods, and that's huge, Coach, because that makes it 2 possession now, and
That's why I don't like doing the cover 0. I don't like playing the man-to-man like that.
because if you get beat up front by some of your blockers up front and stuff, there's just nobody home.
Yeah, but at the same time, even though I don't like it, you're forced into a corner.
That's what you kind of said. You kind of said start to blitz, start to switch it up,
Yeah.
start to change things, because you said if you play the
You kinda
traditional,
have
they're
to.
gonna run it up, and a little bit of a miscommunication
Yeah,
for
we
Spring
got
Woods,
it
but they
done.
got the field goal up and good. So Spring Woods getting that field goal good. They're going to take the lead 27-14. Don't go anywhere. We got about 8 minutes left here. You're listening to Vype Live. Welcome back into Vype Live Productions. Kyle Harris alongside Coach Kovo, James Kowalski. We're out here at Darrell Tully Stadium. It's been a great game between both clubs, the Springwoods Tigers and the Northbrook Raiders. Springwoods up right now 27-14. And they're going to kick it off after a great touchdown they just had by Montrez McAllister, who, Coach Kovo, I want you to kind of break it down for everybody and exactly what was going through on that play when McAllister just kind of took off there.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Do you want to die by 1,000 cuts and kind of bleed out slowly, or do you want to roll the dice and maybe just die in one shot?
Yeah.
And that's what happened there.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a bad move. Much as I say I don't like playing the cover zero. I don't personally like it. It's not my style, but sometimes you have to try.
Yes.
You've got to just throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. And so that's what they did. Instead of having two safeties in the middle of the field, they put those safeties in a man-to-man coverage so they could blitz more guys into the box. So they're trying to outnumber you at the point of attack, but the problem is, and Springwood has done such a good job getting a body on a body, once McAllister gets past that initial wave, now there's no safeties there to make the tackle because they're in man coverage.
Thank you so much for breaking that down, Coach, because I got a quick little story I wanted to break down after this. We see Northbrook getting a little bit there, but it's going to be third and about halfway. When I played Madden, now it was back in the day, Coach, I ran that cover zero all the time, and I had those safeties come, and I'd blitz because I always thought if the people were going to run, the blitz would be able to help. But I remember, Coach, if I got beat and that guy didn't get the sack or the tackle, it was just like you said, Coach.
Rest in peace, John Madden. Let's give him a boot. In honor of, I love John Madden. That video game.
Yeah. It changed football forever. I will say that, Coach.
Shavali scrambling out to his right, gonna try to hit Swinney. Intercepted, Hoskins.
Oh,
Hoskins down the sideline.
There he goes,
and he is gonna go
all the way. Man, there goes that man, Hoskins. We've been talking about Hoskins for all season. It feels like, Coach, for Springwoods. And what a pick six there for the Tigers, and it kind of just, like you said, Coach, put the nail in the coffin, sort of speak here. Where are we now up three possession game here?
Yep.
Man, you see the celebration from Springwoods and the coaching staff on the sideline, and you love to see that, Coach, because they've really needed something to get their program going this season, and this is a great win. This is going to be a big upset if they can pull it off on Northbrook homecoming. I'll end off.
Yeah, no, I think I would have considered it an upset. I mean, I picked Northbrook. I had Northbrook picked coming into this game.
We both did. It wasn't just you. I was right there with you picking Northbrook. So.
Reason being, Springwoods had not scored any points in district.
Yeah.
And Northbrook, even though they've been losing, getting blown out, they'd at least, like I said, on 3 or 4 different occasions have scored points.
Yes.
Against other opponents. And the difference is, though, Kyle, that's just comparing scores. Mm-hmm. Once I saw the teams on the field, a little bit of bobble of the snap, but it's through. Once I actually watched a couple possessions after those first 2 drives, in my head I was like, man, I think Springwood's going to win this game because of the domination up front. And at the end of the day, whenever Springwoods, if they can hold on here, which it looks like they most likely will, once they get to that locker room, I think Coach, if Coach Cripps presents a game ball, he's going to give it to that offensive line.
I think he should because it's just been methodical. I know we've used that word a lot today, but it's been methodical. Just hand the ball off to the running back and let all your guys up front do the work for you. And it's worked to almost perfection for Coach Cripps and the Springwoods Tigers tonight. And kudos to them. You said they scored no points against any other district rival this whole season, Coach? Because that's a surprising statistic for me. Just by the fact that they just put up 30. They're putting up 34 right now on a good Northbrook team who we both predicted were going to come in and possibly win this game. So it's been so much fun to watch. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in out here at Darrell Tully Stadium here on Vype Live with us.
And Northbrook's on the return. They're still alive here. They run out of bounds. That's number 20 on the return, Jonathan Ramos.
With the return.
But yeah, the thing I worried about Springwoods, we've covered several of their games. Like they're pretty thin.
Yes,
as far as the number of players.
Let me go on their on kind of like their sideline, but that's you're absolutely right, Coach. That's really it. And we look at our roster sheets here, and you can tell that there's not as many kids as there are on the other schools.
Can you show the student section while you're over there? Because look at the Springwood student section. they have come out. They are doing organized cheers. They are fired up.
Yeah, we're going to try and have it focused there on the student section. But there you go, Coach. We got the student section right there.
What a way. You know, you have an 0-9 season.
Mhm.
You know, nothing's gone your way. But to finish like this,
Yeah.
to finish on a win, not many teams can finish their season on a win, you know, like this, and especially against your bitter rival. All right, jet sweep. They're going to pitch it to Ordom. He's going to work to get the corner. He's going to get the corner, cut back inside. Nice run there for Ordom for a first down.
David Ordom with the sweep.
Yeah, Ordom has been, you know, one of those bright spots in the Northbrook offense today. And we haven't seen him much, Coach. Number 9, the senior running back, David Ordom for the Northbrook Raiders. You know, he had a touchdown earlier, if I'm not mistaken, for Northbrook. So one of the bright spots in what looks to be a tough loss for Northbrook this year. But number 9, David Ordom, as well as I got to give a shout out to number 22, Angel Reyes. 4th in district in tackles, had his younger brother up here earlier. And, you know, they got something working over there at Northbrook and Coach Andres Gomez. And, you know, tough game out here today against Spring Woods. But I'm looking forward to seeing how both these programs kind of transition into the future, Coach.
Yeah, and there's just been so much buzz around Northbrook. You know, Coach Gomez generating all that positivity around the program, getting the big win against Aldine.
Yes,
scoring
your alma mater. Don't mind if I say that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, my former head coach has stopped there, but
we're big Aldine fans
still
around
bleed
here.
blue, yeah.
No, we are. I'm telling everybody right now, we're big Aldine fans around here. So we might not be covering the game, but got a little bit of scuffle there. So.
Caden Green with.
So Northbrook got the big win this year against Aldine.
They beat Aldine.
Was that the
correct.
okay? And that was that the drought that you were talking about for me for a little bit? Go ahead and explain to the viewers what happened there.
I don't recall the number of games, but someone's down for Spring Woods. So I may have to step away.
Yep.
We'll finish the story after the break.
Absolutely.
All right, welcome back. The injured player was number 61, Jairo Martinez, a junior defensive end. And so Northbrook going to resume this drive here. Approaching midfield, second down, about 6 yards to go. Going to deep motion of Jaden Green. They're going to double pass. They're setting up a double pass. Yep, they got Swinney. And Swinney just dropped it.
Went right through his arms there, and Sweeney's not happy about it. And I'm sure the fans over here at Northbrook, you know, aren't too happy about it. But that was a great play. I mean, good job by Andres Gomez to get that up, and it was a good throw there by number 13, Aiden Chevale, who he's been having a good game so far today, Coach. I mean,
yeah.
I can't say too much about Northbrook's offense. It's more about the defense just not being able to stop that Spring Woods run game. You know, that I think is the big storyline tonight.
I do think that the Northbrook offense, they're not as explosive as they normally have been because Markel Hanna's not here.
Markel Hanna.
He really is lightning in a bottle. You know, it's just hard to replace that kind of production.
Yes, and I remember we asked about Hanna as soon as we got here, and the fact that he's out, it's been a big impact.
All right. Oh, nice, wide open on the crossing route. It's going to be complete. Oh, Swinney gets a big block behind the play. And it's getting chippy down there, Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it can be
James
because,
Hopkins
I mean,
with
we've been
stop.
talking about, not only this being a good game, but also being a good local rivalry out here in the Spring Branch ISD school district. So,
Brings up first down and 10 for the
last
Raiders
season,
at the Tiger
this game went to
40.
double overtime. So the fact that right now this game is Springwood's 34, Northbrook 14, I'm sure it's a little bit surprising for both schools.
There's confusion. Yeah, they subbed out Swinney late there.
Okay.
Swinney's upset. Wow, they're trying to calm him down on the sideline because basically Swinney completely
with the stop.
cleaned out one of the Springwoods defenders.
Yeah.
And I think it was getting a little chippy, and Coach Gomez said, "Hey, you're out.
Yeah.
We need to be focused," and that was the issue there.
Could Sweeney, coach, just thinking here, Sweeney could be a little bit upset at himself for missing that pass that went right through his hands.
Yeah, that could be a factor.
I think that frustration led to some emotions rising for him on the sideline, and good job by Coach Gomez realizing
Very
that
good job.
and just pulling him out of the game. I mean, just like you did for me, Coach,
I had
when we
to
were
do
playing
that to you.
basketball.
I did the exact same
So,
thing.
yeah.
Because, as a coach, and I'm being totally serious here. As a
Emotions
coach,
can rise.
when
yeah.
you have a player that's not in a good headspace,
Mhm.
they're not focused on what they're supposed to be doing. And so that is, I think it's a excellent move there. And now look, Swinney's right back in the huddle during the timeout. Like it's
he
not
calmed down a little bit.
He's not getting kicked out of the game.
No.
It's just coach that's saying, "Hey, son, take a play.
Yeah.
Sit down. Calm down."
Yeah.
So I good move by Gomez here, but he's got a tough situation, man. There's only 4:49 left. They still have all three of their timeouts, but they need to score. They're down by 20.
Yeah.
So it's a 3-score game.
It's the fact that they're down by 20, and that's why I'm just thinking as like a play-by-play kind of thing. Like, if you're the Northbrook Raiders, you have stuff you can work on here, regardless of if you're down by 20 or not. Let's make some good plays. I'm sure Coach would like to see some good plays for the future, and let's work on some things, guys. It's not the end of the world that it's a tough game for Northbrook tonight.
Yeah, and Coach Gomez, they're going to keep taking shots down the field. I don't think they're going to go quietly into the night. They're going to keep on.
Let's burn the woods, right, Coach? Burn the boats.
Burn the woods. Here's the jet sweep to Caden Green, and Caden Green looks like he shot out of a can, and he's still up.
And we've been seeing that from Caden Green today, number 21 for Northbrook. He's a guy that does not want to go down, Coach. I mean, it will sometimes take 7 to 8 people to touch that guy for him to just go down. So Caden Green fighting hard for Northbrook to the end of the whistle.
Yeah, number 13 on the tackle there for the Tigers, Andrew Ferrafino.
All right, so you got a 3rd and short here for Northbrook. Only 1 yard you need to get. Maybe QB sneak, but
no, they're gonna go out of the. Coach Gomez did not go to the Coach Kovo school of sneak, but good protection. Gonna take a shot deep for Dillard, underthrown, and that's gonna be intercepted by. Can't quite see the number. It's kind of far away from me. I think it's number 13. Andrew Ferrafino. And look at that. Look at the student section, Kyle. You can see Ferrafino going right up to the student section, telling them to get up there, waving the Springwoods flag. And again, that's where the wind comes into play again. That was Chevalier just throwing a shot up into the wind, and it kind of hung there.
Yeah, and that you're absolutely right. Wind is playing a factor there, and I'm sure it was a good throw from Chevalier in normal weather circumstances and temperatures. I bet that would have gotten to the receiver, but the ball just kind of died on him, and Springwood's defender, really good job of being there and knowing where the ball is, snatching it out of the air, and now it's just 4 minutes, just slow, methodical moving the ball here and holding on to it for Springwood's Tigers, and they're going to come out of here hopefully with a victory for Coach Cripps and everybody around. So that's going to be a big run.
Wow.
That's I think it's Villarreal.
Yep, I think so too.
Villarreal, just a part of that three-headed, monster running back core they have over at Spring Woods, led by number 24, Montrez McAllister, the junior running back, but also you can't forget about number 14, the senior, Isaac Villarreal there for the Spring Woods Tigers.
Yeah, this has been a really, just so impressed and so happy for Spring Woods.
Me too.
I feel like Northbrook has been getting a lot of positive publicity this year. They got a young new head coach, and they got the big win against Aldine. Steady old Spring Woods kept chugging along, and even though they had some bad losses, they stuck together. All these names that we've been saying from the beginning: McAllister, Ainsworth, Villarreal.
Keep going down the
There's
list,
a couple
Coach.
more. Who was the other running? Eddie Charles.
Yes, Eddie Charles, number 21. We've seen him have some really big games this year.
Isaiah Dunbar.
Anthony Luna, number 74 over there, on the line there with Isaiah Dunbar. It goes around, because football, it's not just one specific player. It's everybody has to play their roles for the greater good.
And plus the fact, Kyle, in a situation where you're 0-9,
Yeah.
sometimes it happens where players quit. I have not seen any of the players that we've been seeing all year. They're all here for Springwood. So it tells me that they just stuck together. They ignored any of the outside noise or what the scores were, and they just kept focusing on what they can control.
Yeah.
And they had a great week of practice, obviously, and the O-line took it upon themselves to dominate this game, and they have done that.
Yeah, and we've always been big fans of Coach Keith Cripps over there and
Very
what
good
he's
coach.
done for the Springwoods Tigers. And maybe we might be a little salty that Northbrook was able to get that win on Aldine, this year, as we see the flags come
Well,
through.
I'm all Spring Branch this year.
I know, Coach. I
I've
know.
really come to like the Memorial Mustang team also because
Memorial is fantastic. They have such a great group of men and boys and coaching staff over there all the way around. The Memorial Mustangs out here in the Spring Branch ISD, they've been what I've taken notice of this year, Coach. Absolutely.
Max Wang, the right tackle, and Chase Goodwin, the quarterback, have actually connected with me on Twitter and have been thanking us for the broadcast that they watch. They said they watch the replay every week.
Yeah, that's great.
So
that's great. Big
pretty
shout out
cool.
to Chase Goodwin and Max Wang.
Yeah.
Me and Coach Kovo, we've been huge fans of y'all if y'all are listening all year. And what y'all are doing at Memorial is fantastic. But
whoa.
Yep, we're getting a
Couple
little
guys
bit of
getting into it. They're getting a little chippy.
Yep.
And
great
good job by the coaches. One of the Springwoods coaches immediately ran out all the way onto the field, and they're immediately pulling off the player that was in question there.
We don't want to see any highlights or anything on the news of something getting too out of hand over here.
Yeah,
you
you
know
don't
what
want that. I mean,
So-
because like that Springwoods Memorial game was extremely intense too and physical, but like it was just the perfect blend of like there was no personal fouls and at the end of the game, the guys hugged it out and they shook hands.
Stratford Memorial.
Yeah, Memorial and Stratford. Excuse me. And for the most part, it's been that way here too.
It has.
That's the first. We've seen a couple little bit of shoving here and there, but that's the first time it kind of maybe went a little bit too far.
Now, in all these schools and programs out here in Spring Branch ISD, I've seen it this year on Friday nights. They all respect each other. We see it after every night, lining up. All these coaches, they know each other. They're familiar with each other. I'm sure the players.
Oh, these guys all know each other.
Yeah. They know each other. They've been playing together for a while, and it's just great to see programs like Northbrook and Springwoods come together and put up a great product for everybody to watch, as well as those big schools out here in the Spring Branch ISD like Stratford, like Memorial, and it's been a lot of fun out here at Darrell Tully Stadium.
The band is all back together. Dexter Singleton is in the building.
Here we go, Big Dexter.
He has made his triumphant return. Here he is. So we are just 3 minutes away from the conclusion of this game. It's been all Springwoods. Even now, with Northbrook knowing they got to get a stop here, it's easier said than done.
Yes.
The Springwood O-line still firing out, being physical. I saw Big Dunbar making a big block last play. I mean, it's going to be really tough to get a stop against them. Inside handoff, Eddie Charles. Wow, look at that push.
Yep.
Look at that push, Kyle. Man.
You love to see it up front from those guys, and I'm just going to go down the list that I see here on Springwoods. All these offensive linemen, they all do great. Gutierrez, Vaquera, Porteles, Luna, Dunbar, Emerson, Garan, Patan, Perez, Martinez. I mean, these are the guys that are the bulk up front for Springwoods, and they all have been doing a fantastic job all game tonight, Coach.
No doubt about it, Kyle. Could not agree more. Another inside handoff. Wow, looks like he shot out of a cannon from the safety position. Whoa, that's Dunbar again taking somebody for a ride.
With the stop.
I don't have a problem with again that. Remember we talked about it happened to Max Wang one time.
Yeah, but you see the head coach, the official with the white hat, already like trying to stop that stuff from happening because we have seen the escalation of these teams possibly going at. So they're just trying to make sure this game ends in a clean game,
right?
If that makes sense, Coach. But I hear what you're saying. As a football guy, you want your players to finish all the way to the final whistle.
Exactly. As a former offensive lineman, I love seeing big Isaiah Dunbar blocking hard in the game where you're up by 20. I mean, you can start shutting it down. He ain't shutting it down. Another inside handoff, lots of space. Charles up to the next level.
I didn't know you played offensive line, Coach.
I was an offensive lineman.
Who'd you play for, Coach?
I played at Fort Bend Austin High School.
Fort Bend Austin,
and Fort Bend ISD, and then I played Division III football at Austin College. So
wow,
that was
Makes
Well,
it first and 10.
I was always an
Bobo.
undersized
The
offensive
Tigers.
lineman.
It's okay. Thank you for what you've done for the game of football,
I
and,
appreciate
and,
that,
and
yeah.
not only as a coach, but as a teacher. You know, you weren't only a coach at Rich Point, but you also taught me a little bit in history,
That's
social
right, yeah.
studies, and you know, and I'm sure at Aldine as the head coach and the athletic director, you also did a lot for the school out there. So just thank you for what you've done for education and the sport of football altogether, Coach.
Much appreciated and loving what I do now. But here comes the victory formation. That's every
Yep.
coach's favorite. It's getting chippy.
Yeah.
Because the Northbrook guys, even on victory formation, typically what you do is you stop on defense and you let them kneel it.
Yeah.
So the Northbrook guys were all kind of submarining, trying to get through down
They're
low.
still
and it's
playing. They're still trying to play hard.
They're still trying to play hard. And so you're just trying to, which I have no problem with that. But that's where stuff can kind of get chippy. You know, and so you just got to watch it here. We'll see if Northbrook, if the D linemen concede and just stop, or if they shoot out, fire out low again to submarine. It looks like they're going to submarine. Here they come.
Oh
My God. Yeah, they're coming.
All right, and I think that's going to do it, the final whistle. You kind of start to see the celebration from the Springwood side. What a great game out here at Darrell Tully Stadium. I know it was a little bit earlier, not like our prime time usual on Friday nights. Got here at 4 p.m., but both these ball clubs, Springwood's Tigers, Northbrook Raiders, all the coaching staff, players all around, it was a great ball game.
Yeah, and I will say, as things get chippy there, I do want to say kudos to the Springwoods players. You know, as
of
an
not
offensive
letting
lineman,
them, like, not enticing them.
respond. You
Yeah.
know, just they walked off the field. They're lining up. They're going to celebrate. And, hey, it's an emotional game. But at the end of the day, both of these two programs represented themselves well. They played hard. They're well coached. They're a great group of kids. And Kyle, it's been my pleasure. I thought it was going to be closer.
I thought it did. I thought it was too, but we still got a really good
Still
game.
was good, exactly.
It was a great game, and it's going to be the final here. Springwood's coming out with the victory over the Northbrook Raiders, 34-14. Thank you all for tuning in and listening. I'm Kyle Harris alongside Coach Kovo, James Kowalewski, and Dexter, the camera guy. So long, and enjoy the rest of your Friday night, and go Astros. Thank you all for tuning in on Vype Live.